You're about to watch another exciting episode of the Dungeon Run. But did you know that you can actually be part of the adventure? Tune in live on Wednesday nights at 6 p.m. Pacific time, and you can make your voice heard and help determine the fate of our adventurers. Hope to see you there.
Greetings and welcome to the Dungeon Run, a live tabletop role-playing game where your interactions help tell the tale. I am Lord Eruban, Keeper of Secrets and your host for tonight's campaign. Together, we stand witness as our intrepid adventurers face terrible danger and most certain doom in their quest for glory, valor, and most importantly, treasure. Throughout our time together, you will be called upon to help guide decisions made within the game. In addition to our live chat interactions, those that are brave enough can purchase one of 3 unique digital items. You could bestow upon the adventuring party the gift of advantage, the ability to roll 2 20-sided dice at once, or perhaps you'll want to be the wind at our adventurers' backs and allow them to draw from the Force of Good deck. And finally, to add an additional challenge to the adventure, you can purchase a Force of Evil card. Also, you have the power to submit your idea for a Force of Good or Force of Evil card, and we might just use it on the show. Head over to thedungeonrun.fandom.com to submit. You can upload your fan art there as well. And to those who have already submitted, I see you, and I thank you. Now, let's meet tonight's brave souls, our cast of characters, if you will. So, please welcome Katie Michaels as Lily Dumblestock. Yes. Ronald Ogden as Ugo.
Hey, Orcface! All orcs must die!
All right. Never call me that again. I do like you, but don't call me that. Morgan Peter Brown as James Quillis.
I'm very sorry about that.
I appreciate it.
He has moments.
He does. Jessica Lynn Parsons as Fahima Tig.
What happened?
Jared K. Jack as Civ Red Thistle.
Well, Jellybean got the cursed dice, and I guess she's letting her husband use them because he's the dungeon master, which is a smart choice.
Very smart.
And I have good news. We have another Civ's Loot special. Jerry Trainer's Magic Boomerang.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, and we're going to be doing another giveaway during Intermission. Can you help me with that?
Yes, I can.
So just post Boomerang me if you'd like to win Jerry Trainer's Magic Boomerang.
You are amazing, Civ.
Thank you.
Yes. And finally, the man of the hour, the tower of power, the dungeon master himself, Mr. Jeff Carnota.
I love it when you quote LL Cool J.
Who is that? Listen, as our journey continues, I, Lord Eruban, will be joining you in your social conversation around the game. So keep an eye out for my avatar and comments. Oh, and before we begin, I have a favor to ask of you. It would give me great pleasure if you would share the show. Just click below and let all of your admirers know that you are watching the Dungeon Run. Now, keep the comments coming, be ever vigilant, and let the dice roll!
All right, everybody. Let's play, shall we?
Yes, we shall.
All right. How's everybody doing?
Good. Except for this guy, apparently.
I mean,
All right, let's catch everybody up. As you know, it started as a simple dungeon run, but it has already turned into so much more. When our team found and identified the Secret Keeper's amulet, an artifact of incredible chaos magic with the power to transcend realities and communicate directly to you, the watchers of the time stream. Our team found themselves in a much grander adventure than they originally anticipated. They met Torvald the Timid, a wizard of the natural order, who had been investigating the whereabouts of a warden, one of the legendary protectors of the realms of Ayn. Hundreds of years ago, at the end of the Great War of Ideas, Ayn was torn asunder. Little knowledge remains from that time, but it is said that the Wardens were put in place to ensure that no threat could ever cause Ayn such strife again. As generations of relative peace passed and no one laid eyes on them, the Wardens passed into myth and legend, with few people believing that they ever even existed. But when our team rode into the sky and entered a magical flying tower resting on the clouds, they discovered a real live warden imprisoned there. Crackling with electrical energy, the Storm Warden was being used by a mad tinker named Urtenfurt to power his diabolical mechanical creations. Our team ascended his tower, defeated his TikTok army, outsmarted his puzzles, and even battled copies of themselves and himself that he somehow had created. In the end, the tower was destroyed, and our heroes came plummeting out of the sky. Fahima's resilient concentration on a featherfall spell saved most of the team, but our beach gnome, Lily, had to desperately call out to Torvald, who opened one of his arcane portals in the sky, depositing her violently at his camp. A long night of recovery later, where bonds were formed and poems recited, Torvald asked our team for one last bit of help, with the promise of significant reward. And so, by dawn's light, the team set out to relocate Torvald's camp to the site where the warden had come falling out of the sky. Arriving at the massive feet of the gargantuan creature, Civ, scouting ahead, noticed tie-downs along the length of the warden's body. Seeing a wooden tower covered with spikes and multiple green faces, Civ turned back to the team. Orcs! We ended last week with the singular, somber voice of Uggo, an orc himself growling,
all orcs must die.
and that's where we start our adventure. We have found our Storm Warden, who has fallen and skidded to a stop here. There's a massive swath of destruction out behind where our team has walked in from. The team is at his feet. Civ has scouted ahead. You remain undetected by the orcs here in front of you.
Good.
What would you like to do, team?
I have a quick question.
Yes. Who has this, by the way?
Lily, probably.
Lily,
Yeah.
So when I went up there and scouted, did I get any general head count of orcs? And also, did I see if the warden was still breathing or moving or twitching or?
Well, you can do a perception check on the warden. Why don't you just do a general perception check? We can see what you come up with.
Okay. 5.
Yeah, well, you were nervous to get too close. You saw
Right.
movement, you saw the tower, you saw green faces, so you didn't get too close. You actually didn't even get really past the ankle of the warden. You have great vision. You could see that there was this tower and movement up here. You could see there were multiple orcs, but you didn't catch much more than that.
Didn't get a head count. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Could I send Meep out to scout and see if I could get a head count that way? Simple shape?
Sure, yeah. I mean, Meep can communicate with you telepathically. Your baby phoenix would be able to fly over. I mean, it's not a stealthy animal, but you never know. You never know. I mean, I don't think it would. They would think that there were people.
What time of day is it?
Sending it.
Are we midday at this point?
Yeah, you're about
Yeah.
midday. Yep.
Yeah.
You've been hiking all morning to get here.
Right.
Can I roll for stealth for me?
Sure.
I failed.
It's not going to be
No
easy.
pressure,
She's
no pressure.
glows red, but you know what? I think you could send her, and they might try to attack her, and that's something you would be aware of, that the danger is there. But I don't think it would alert them to the presence of other people, because this is
there are trees, yeah?
There are trees and there are magical creatures all around. So it's not like they would go, oh, people are here.
Yeah, okay.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, she'll try to look like a regular bird as much as possible.
Fly natural.
How big is
Fly
she?
casual.
To scale, how big do you think Meep is in real life? Like
She's a
these
baby
big?
chick. She's,
That's
about
bigger than
your-
that.
yeah,
Yeah.
big, yeah.
Okay.
Baby chick of a thing that's going to grow to be a massive
Yeah,
phoenix.
that's true. That's true. I was
Yeah.
thinking like this big. Okay, this big.
So
Okay.
like
Yeah, about-
hedgehog size?
Yeah.
Bigger than that.
Yeah, something we can all relate to. We've all held a hedgehog in our hand.
Who amongst us hasn't?
It's the first thing that came to
Jared's
mind.
example. All right, so like some scary animals.
I want to break it down in a way everybody understands.
What breed of hedgehog? Just
A marsupial. You know how we've all held one?
You know, like a northern hedgehog.
Do you want me to roll for stealth or no?
If you want her to try to be stealthy, yeah.
Okay, that's 14.
Okay, well, this blazing firebird leaves your shoulder and kind of starts circling, and it gets pretty high up around here. She kind of hovers this area and doesn't get too close to the tower. Looking down, it does appear like there are several orcs, and she definitely communicates a sense of fear to you, and they look like they're milling about. There's several of them.
So the number kind of get is several. It's
Yeah.
Like fewer than 5?
No.
No? Okay.
Did I or Meep see that?
Meep can definitely see that. It's very large.
Okay.
Can you tell me how Meep communicates that to me?
What you get, you have a telepathic link, and what you get is general sensations of emotion. So
Okay.
she has seen something.
I get simple shapes too.
Okay, well then it's a shape that you don't immediately recognize. It's something very, very large.
Okay.
And it is something very scary to Meep.
Okay.
You will be well armed.
So there's more than a handful of them. And are you near us?
I'll come back, yeah.
Okay.
I'll come back.
There's more than a handful. Well, you can fill them in too, but Meep has said there's more than a handful, and there's something. I'm getting like something very, very large and dangerous, but I don't know
There's
what
a
it could
Cannon.
be.
There's a tower.
What?
It's cannon.
Are you sure?
Yes. There are probably 8. I don't count high, but there are probably
So it's-
8 with cannon.
So a squad?
Yes.
A scouting party?
No.
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 No, scouts wouldn't have built something.
See trees cut down?
Oh,
This is something you're familiar with?
They are orcs.
I don't assume that you know what all orcs do.
So why are they
Okay.
here, Uggo? Why are they here?
Who's the
Because of
cannon
Build
for?
cannons.
I see.
Make war.
I see.
Is this where you're from, Uggo?
How about how far from Thorn? How far?
It's
from the
a
Tisniks?
ways. I mean, you're in the
ways.
general region.
Week, 2 weeks, month,
Week.
week.
Yeah.
Weak to homeland from here.
Is it possible that they're nice like you?
We will have to kill all of them.
Oh, I don't know about that. That seems.
I know
strange.
about that.
He's right. If one of them were to escape.
Unless you would like to be gutted.
Well, hold on.
Oh, but I
hold
can
on.
hardly agree to murder before I've even met the.
Murder or be murdered.
What he's trying to say is if one of them was to escape, they would go and get others, and then we would have a whole army of orcs that we have to fight, right?
I presume it'd be my best
Yes.
interest to trust those who have encountered things like this before.
Was the warden alive?
I
That was
couldn't
my
tell.
first question, unfortunately.
I couldn't tell, but he is tied down,
Can
so perhaps...
Torvald, is there any...
Torvald, so the camping equipment, all the materials that you are bringing to relocate the camp have sort of been dropped on the ground.
Right.
And Torvald is couched behind them. looking.
Torvald the Brave.
The most powerful one among us.
I don't think a fall like that would have killed it, but I cannot be sure. I suspect we need to get closer.
I may be able to communicate with him telepathically, but he would have to give us some sort of indication that he's alive still. It can be non-verbal. I mean, simply asking him to move his foot.
That's a good idea.
We must surprise them.
Yes.
Overwhelm. Only way to win.
I don't know. I understand where you're coming from in terms of, what they're here to do, what their method of doing those things are, but I'm...
You live in library, yes? What you read of Orc?
Plenty. And I understand what you're saying, but I'm also looking at us.
They will eat you.
Then we run away.
With all due respect,
Honestly, no, I'm sorry. There's 5 of us, Torvald, and an injured Sky Child.
We just took down Tower from Sky!
It took itself down, Uggo. I'm so sorry to disillusion you of that fact.
And it almost took Lily with it.
So are you saying we should just run in there and kill?
Yes!
Good luck.
Right. Meep is starting to freak out a little bit because she's very sensitive to emotion.
We should remain calm. We don't want to alert them of our presence by shouting. They're quite a ways away, but who knows? They seem to have lookouts.
Do you want me?
You are an orc. Yes. Why would you want to kill them? Kill ancestors. They do not know what they are. They are vermin. Roach. May I suggest, Uggo, talking to them. Maybe they would communicate to you as one of their own.
I don't know if that's a good idea. He's got some history. I speak Orc. I could try to talk with it.
We could even try to
Orc.
Why do you speak Orc?
Excuse me.
I spent some time being a scout in the military, and when we fought Orcs, it was common practice to learn some of their terms.
I'm sorry,
Wow.
Lily. Were you going to say something?
this is my fault that the Warden is over here. He was supposed to go in Torvald's portal. It was meant for me. I mean, it wasn't meant for me. It was meant for him, and Torvald used it on me instead. So if anyone should go in there, it should be me. I can create a distraction, and then you guys can free the Warden.
I think there may be a way to at least try to speak to them. I mean, the structure is made of wood, and need I remind us that one amongst us practically is made of fire. But...
Oh, me, right.
Yes.
I thought I didn't.
Orc
Sorry.
tactic is overwhelm when not know there. Kill before ask questions. Then consume flesh of enemy.
Oh.
We could try to take one of them captive.
I think we need more information. I think we need to know if the Warden is alive, if what we're even approaching the possibility of doing is worth it.
I understand.
What if I disguise myself like a little orc?
No exists.
Still would be only...
But they
thank
wouldn't kill me immediately. It would
Yes.
be confusing. They come to me, and then you get them. Surprise, capture, chat.
What if you were to treat us as prisoners? And
Oh.
approach them
That's a good idea.
You're a little short for a stormtrooper.
to deceive them? It's gonna try to not make it that.
I couldn't help myself.
Pull a Chewbacca and the Death Star type of deal?
Uggo would have to hurt you significantly to make look like I slave. Then we don't keep slaves.
Do you have a disguise kit or something? Maybe we can use makeup. You don't have to actually hurt him.
If I may. Uggo, you know more about these orcs than any of us. But there is a possibility. I try to look for the good in all. Is it not possible that they are as scared as we? A massive creature has fallen into an area that they seem to have been inhabiting. I don't know how they will react, but maybe they've clearly tied it down. Perhaps they are just as scared as we.
Jeff, history-wise,
Yeah.
I mean, I understand where Uggo's coming from. I can kind of get where other people are coming from. But history-wise, what is the reputation of orcs in this world? Are they vicious marauders? Are they militaristic? Are they?
They are militaristic. There are plenty of orcs that have integrated into cities and towns all around Ain. They are not. I think perhaps Ugo's view is a little skewed. Maybe I don't know if you would know that.
Tunnel vision.
But you have certainly encountered in Olsvak.
Right.
You have certainly encountered orcs who are, working in a shop or
Right.
selling wares or
Okay.
doing whatever. Orcs are not, they're not evil. They are militaristic. They are brutish. Certainly, here's one in front of you that isn't, and you all befriended him quite readily. So
Right.
there isn't a prejudice against them that you would immediately feel.
Okay.
By the way, you mentioned a lot of tracks, cart tracks, horse tracks, everything like that. Are
Yeah.
those heading to this?
Yes.
Okay.
The logging stuff that we saw? Okay.
Ugo, how many do you think there probably are at an encampment?
Did it
Small
least meet?
amount, probably more than us. Few more than us.
What would distract them? What would their tactic be if someone was in there? Would they all come to us, or one?
Depend on clan.
Food?
Drink.
Drink.
Depend on clan. Oh, Civ, you see flag? You see...
Did I see a flag?
No, not with a 5 roll.
I looked very hard and I didn't see anything. I tried my best.
Possibly Cad?
I think we need some more information. If we were to, and I'm sort of, because yes, we can see the structure over there. If we were able to flank around the other side of the Warden, do we see anything around that side? Civ, if one of us were to go with you, I could go with you.
Sure.
And
You want to go scouting on the other side?
basically, and maybe I could try to communicate with the Warden so we can at least find out where we stand.
I love that idea.
Jeff,
Yes.
these groups, do I know anything about whether they're led by particular individuals? Not necessarily names, but do they have a captain? Are they just kind of sent?
They would definitely have a captain.
Okay.
Shall we?
Yes.
Be careful.
Yes.
Careful.
Okay, so where are we headed? To this
I think,
this
yeah,
direction?
as close as we can get up to the Warden along the.
And we're trying to be stealthy?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so let's each roll stealth. And you're trying to you want to move up
Get
to the leg?
closer
Or?
and but kind of putting the Warden between us and the orcs.
Okay, so
Yeah,
kind of on
especially
this side of his
the
feet
tower.
here?
Yeah. there you
Yeah,
go.
and maybe even on the outside, yeah.
On the outside? Over here?
But we could go up underneath his leg, too.
Great.
Oh, I got good. That's 24. That?
And a 5.
So, Civ, as you are creeping through, you're going to go underneath the leg, and you hear from behind you, crack! Sorry about that. But you can sort of tell at this point, even under the leg, that there is slight movement, and it does seem as if it's breathing.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to use Awakened Mind to try to communicate. Because, yeah, the distance is 30 feet, but I think we established I don't need to be 30 feet from his head.
Yeah, he's very close to you right now.
Yes, exactly. So basically, I think James is going to say, my friend, we found you. Are you all right? Can you understand me? Are you conscious? Move a finger. Give us something.
You don't seem to get any indication that you have been received. But there is sort of perspiration on the leg. There's it does seem like there's life in there.
Right.
But you don't
Now that
get
I'm-
any
Yeah,
indication.
literally, if I could touch it and feel
Yeah.
a pulse or
Yes,
something.
exactly.
Now that we're closer, do we see wounds from his fall?
Yeah, I mean he's pretty banged up.
Okay.
Definitely.
So he could just be unconscious.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna have you stay,
Okay.
and then I'm going.
Why?
I'm gonna sneak along his buttocks and
The old butt stealth.
Yeah.
Watch that loincloth.
Yeah. And I want to get closer just so I can see that and these guys and anything else that might be in there.
Are there any over
Right.
there? I
So you are within. You're sort of tucked where between the arm and the torso.
Right.
There's this ladder there that surprised you that you would see
Right.
to see that. You have almost full cover behind the arm right now, so you're able to peer out over it and spy two orcs here. One seems to be giving orders and directing the other. They're speaking Orcish, but you can't quite hear it from where you're standing. It's it shouts and grunts, and they're moving here and there. This one's kind of looking and testing the rope. They seem to be alarmed and moving about, dealing with the situation that's in front of them.
How
Right.
thick do these ropes look? I mean, like, is it something that with a few minutes and a dagger I could like undo?
Probably. I mean, it would be a few minutes.
Right.
They're pretty thick, but it also looks like the kind of thing that a creature of this size could probably just
That's
have no
okay.
problem
Yes,
with.
yeah, exactly.
So
I was
it's
wondering that.
it's a bit Gulliver's Travels, but it's the
If he were to
the
wake up and
Lilliputians.
just decide to do something about it, he
Right.
probably could.
Yeah.
Okay. What about the cannon? Do I get a good look at that?
It's massive. You have never seen a piece of artillery this size before. It is.
Is it built of wood?
No.
Okay.
It is built of metal. The wheels are wood. The chassis, this giant wagon, is built of wood. But all of this is metal, and this housing mechanism is all metal.
Do I see the shot or sacks of powder or anything like that?
Not from where you are, no.
Okay. I don't want to risk getting any closer, so I'm going to head back.
Okay. So you guys return back to where everybody's sort of stationed at the back of the feet.
Yeah.
Stealthily we go.
All right, he's alive.
So I
Oh, thank God.
Yes, I think I found the captain, or the one that's in charge. He's giving orders. They do
where?
around that way, up by the head. He was testing the ropes. And they do have a cannon. It's massive.
You
The
ever
biggest
seen
I've ever seen.
anything
No. Made of metal with a wood. And I say, yeah. Oh, wow.
Jeff, in wartime,
Yeah.
are orcs strongest is leader?
Sorry, what?
Are your orcs strongest is leader in wartime?
Strongest is leader? Yeah, yes.
Civ,
The strongest one is the leader amongst the group.
That's how they become leaders,
Yeah.
being strongest.
Yeah,
I see.
Yes?
I could take on leader myself. If I kill him, listen to me.
Well, there's only two over there. I think we could go over there, try talking to him. If that doesn't work, then you can challenge him. And if that doesn't work, then I'll shoot him in the back.
Oh,
Fair.
Is there something that that would interest them? That would, something, maybe Fahima could conjure an illusion.
well, it would be physical, but it would shine as if it was magical.
That would at least give us some time, give us some space to figure out what we're up against even closer.
You want to bribe them?
Maybe. I mean, maybe I want to give them a reason not to kill us immediately.
Well,
Your
then
reason must be greater than canon.
maybe ammunition for the cannon? New magical ammunition?
Why would we be offering that to them?
I don't know. That's for you to decide. I'm just the one coming up with the bright idea of the ammunition.
Torvald, is there anything that you know? If he is, the Storm Warden is alive. He's sweating.
This is good news indeed.
Is there anything that we know could jolt him, pardon the expression, back into consciousness? Because that's the thing about his restraints. They're barely. There's no way that these are going to hold him down once he decides he wants to get up.
I have to admit, I have never encountered a warden, so I am in the dark as much as you. I'm open to trying whatever we come up with, but
He's a being of lightning. I mean,
indeed, if I'm open to attempting some sort of shock treatment, or I don't know.
cast a shocking grasp, but something tells me that's not going to be enough.
I suspect at your experience level that would be a minor blip on his radar.
Well said.
One thing I forgot to mention is that there is a ladder at his shoulder, so there might be more on top of him that we don't see.
More orcs.
Yes.
You see flag.
Did I see a flag on the cannon?
No.
Is there like a tabard or anything on the captain guy?
No.
Any marking whatsoever?
I mean, he's wearing, garments and armor, but you didn't make out any specific
color?
markings. It's green, but it's tarnished and it's not.
Right. All I saw was armor and green. I didn't make out any symbols. I'm sure if we get closer and we try talking to him, you'll see whatever it is he's wearing.
If they from Ukdun, no good.
What if we act as if we're simply passing through and we don't want to anger them, and so we've brought them gold. It's not really gold. And that at least will give us a chance to talk to them, see their temperament, see how many of them we're dealing with, at least get closer. I don't want to sound a little conceited, but I think we could probably outsmart them. And again, as I mentioned earlier, they outnumber us, and they're all larger than us.
And
No.
the backup plan is for you to murder them?
Well,
That is the plan.
Yes.
For Ugo. Backup plan, everything else we talk about.
Ugo, I need you to be thinking about the people around you.
I am. You are not.
I'll go there.
If all that you're saying is true, why don't we leave?
Because, turns around, points to Torgo, because that man wants that thing. And we are signed up to help.
Ugo.
Ugo, keep to word. Ugo, try to warn. Don't want to see guts on floor.
Ugo, I respect your passion. It is within all of our best interests to make sure this Storm Warden recovers.
Yeah. Understand bigger than me.
Yes, quite a bit, I think.
well, why don't we just try all of these things? We could try talking, we could try bribery, we could try challenging, and if none of those things work, then we kill them.
Who are you? Cast spells. Anybody make him look like orc?
Disguise myself, but I don't think I can disguise other people.
Additionally, maybe, while there's a distraction, we can try to untie him or burn away the rope, you know? That way the warden can help out.
I don't know if he's conscious, but we could certainly do that.
Do you think we should all go as one party, or should we split up?
I don't know if it's smart for all of us to walk up there at the same time, because if it was me and I saw a group of people approaching, I would think it's a threat. If there's only one or two,
I'll
with a
go.
white flag or whatever, and I will go with you. I speak Orc.
But you're also the best at hiding.
Hide.
That's
Civ,
true.
I'll go. You stay nearby. Hide.
Could Civ go on top of the warden
I could.
I have a
and look
question.
down and then be there if needed?
Sure.
I read a lot of like sort of fairy tale things about this included, the wardens included. Is there anything fairy tale wise, like kiss him and he'll wake up, you know? Because that's just like
You can give it a shot.
I'm like, I can kiss him and maybe he'll wake up.
No. But it's worth trying. You have heard of the Wardens in legend and myth, but nothing that is
There's-
more fairy tale. They're the great protectors of the land.
Okay, so I was just gonna jump off the like climbing on top of him thing that you were saying, but no, I'm not
Cute
going
though.
to.
I like it.
Maybe we put a P underneath his mask.
Yeah.
That's
True love's kiss.
All right, what are we doing, guys?
I'm gonna follow you.
Yeah.
All right, which direction are we heading?
I'm going with them.
What am I
Stay.
supposed to do?
Hide. Stay hidden.
I can try
will
to
stay
burn away
here
the
as well.
ropes.
Stay hidden.
I'm going to burn away the ropes.
Okay.
Okay, but
Yes.
stay hidden when
Start
you
at
do
the
that.
feet. I'm going with them.
Yeah,
So I'm going to be by myself
walks
then.
around.
I'll
This
be
direction
here.
or
Yeah, and
this
he's
direction?
not being that direction.
Okay.
No.
That's what
Yeah,
you pointed.
yeah.
That direction, and he's not. I'll put the maul away.
Right.
And
You're being blatantly out in the open.
Yeah, out in
walking,
the open.
And
striding
Willie's not with you?
confidently toward them.
I'll be following him, I guess, hiding the whole way with
Okay.
my bow and arrow.
So the three of you, the three boys, right,
Yeah.
are making their way. You get to about here, and you hear,
Halt! Who goes there? Ugo says, Astautas Vasubatlat. Huh?
In Orc, it means one day I will kill you. It's a standard greeting.
yeah,
And also with you.
I'll go, what did that mean?
really should have done more orc research.
His brother. Why? Where are you from? Ukdun. Thorn. Brother.
You hear me say in your head, isn't Ukdun who you told us to be afraid of?
Sorry, head hurt.
Sorry.
Who are Catman and Pale Boy?
I'm hiding.
Catman and Pale
Oh, you hiding?
Yeah.
Is Pellboy hiding?
Are you guys both
I'm
hiding?
not.
I didn't catch that.
I don't know if he is.
I'm
I
not.
certainly am because he asked me to.
Okay, so where are you hiding?
I would be hiding the same spots that I were before. Yeah.
The old armpit.
Yep.
James is terrified.
Yeah,
but
it's all in Orcish. It's all in Orcish.
But James ain't bad at deception either, so he is going along.
How you get here? Walk. How you get here? Ride. Oh, you have horse?
And I point at the.
You rode cannon? Men pull. Which men?
And he points back at, and there are, at the sound of this, you see several other orcs, a couple of females, in fact, walk up.
And this is yeah. Is it clear that he's who am I talking to? Is it clear that this is?
It seems to you like he's the leader.
Okay.
Yeah.
They pull? Why are you here? Strongest, of course, pull. Who are you?
Another one.
Who are you? Who are you? Why you here? Ugo! Name Ugo. What your name? Torg. Oh, Torg.
Do I recognize the name Torg? Yeah.
Oh, Torg. Ukdun Torg. Quiet. Oh. You in Grologo's camp now.
Garulagu.
What do you want camp? You want camp? You give me camp. You take camp if you dare.
How's it
How
going?
many of them are there?
How's it going?
You see four standing on the side of the warden.
Bahima, I don't like waiting here. I feel like this is all my fault. I feel like we should be doing something.
We're not. We're going to start working on the ropes. Come with me.
The three orcs back here all sort of start pounding the ground with their weapons. Boom, 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 boom.
I'm gonna try to say. How far are we from them? Like 40?
Yeah, you're easily 30, 40 feet.
If
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to say under my breath.
Yeah.
To him.
They want me to challenge leader.
Ready?
Oh, yeah. I told you.
Just to pass by?
I told you. You no listen to Ugo, but he tell you. Ugo! Grologo. Grologo.
How far away are we from...
Baby name.
From... Oh, boy.
It gets louder.
I grab them all.
How far away are we from Ulagu?
You two are easily 40 feet away from him.
Okay, I would like to slyly cast Hex.
As he does that.
All right,
I'll stand behind Ugo.
roll
and
stealth for that.
Yeah. I'm gonna try
I'm
to
gonna roll in the box.
When I
actually.
saw
you have a advantage from Shady Shiba.
Thank you,
And it's
Shady.
Shady's birthday!
Happy birthday!
Sweet, buddy. Because this is important.
Ugo's gonna attempt to help him hide that.
Yeah.
By goading him. Goading.
I mean, he's already got advantage.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
Even if it's just he's catching up with what's going on.
Yeah.
He says,
You all are going to die. You here to take my kill. I here to take you.
That's
You are
18
not big enough to take me.
So yeah, you
18
can-
and a 7, yeah.
all right, so you sort of, just step slightly behind Uggo and do a small incantation with your
pull
hands.
out my arcane focus and
you see a slight change in the leader orc.
because I believe the rules of hex. They don't know they're hexed unless it says, and it does not say.
Right.
And I'm going to give him disadvantage on strength checks. Just guessing. Yep.
Quit stalling. Let's do this. You come to me. You come to me.
And you see one of the other orcs here, the one that identifies itself as Torg, throw a javelin and it lands right at your feet.
Where is?
Oh, you coward! Do as he say. You not fight noble. You use weakling to do your job.
And he charges.
And I charge as well.
Okay.
Where's Civ?
Dun, 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 dun. Siv's behind the armpit.
Is Civ within 30 feet of me?
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
No.
No.
I'm like a good 10, 15 feet beyond them.
Got it.
All right.
Jeff, can Fahim and I hear all of this happening?
You hear Orcish being shouted.
Shouted.
It's pretty far from you, but you definitely hear commotion, and you hear
wisdom.
you hear grunts and shouts that sound aggressive.
Aggressive?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so
Are we in initiative at this point, or is it just the two of them? Because
well, you tell me if you want to participate in this fight.
I don't want to participate in that fight, but I do want to do something while that fight is happening.
Okay, well, you let me know.
Okay.
Okay, so both of these orcs are going to clash in the center, and we are going to have a strength contest.
Cool, great.
You have disadvantage on strength checks, but it's kind of going to smack into each other.
Is it all right? I could have raged while running.
For sure.
Perfect.
And you, Civ, ducked behind in the armpit of this creature whose chest you kind of feel
Heating.
going up and down.
Yeah.
You see Uggo and this other orc who has been identified, you've been able to understand as Grolago,
Totally.
just charge at one another as the other orcs are pounding their weapons on the ground and getting very excited. And they slam into each other with incredible force in the center, and both of them try to, almost like sumo wrestlers, like try to hoist each other up in the air. And we are going to see what happens.
You have advantage. He has disadvantage.
I got a 9.
Yeah, I got a. It's strength, just strength, or are we using athletics?
You can choose athletics or.
So then
or,
it's 19.
Yeah, well, so as you slam into each other, your faces are next to each other. His teeth bared right in your face. There's kind of drool and sweat, and his eyes are tight and beady. And you're looking at each other, and you both are heaving, your muscles strained, holding each other. And
Come on.
And there's a moment where neither of you are doing anything until at once you go, "Whoa!" And you lift him up, and you grab your wrist with your other hand, and you've got him in a grapple.
Come on, I'll go.
I'm going to.
And we just got a force of good for you.
Thank you.
James is like the parent on the side.
Come on.
That is from
I have orange slices
that is
for
from
later.
Jacob Lee. Jacob Lee.
Jacob Lee, thank you. This one.
The good or evil?
Good. Good.
Yes. It is lightning strike in the laboratory.
Whoa.
Or laboratory.
Sure, either.
Ooh, it was viewer submitted.
Yeah. Oh, we got new viewer submitted cards.
Awesome.
Yeah, pretty cool.
exciting.
The recipient gets a free dash action to use during an upcoming turn.
All right. So you can hold on to that dash action.
Nice.
I'm going to attempt to throw him off his mental game with intimidation.
Okay.
And whisper in his ear that I'm going to take his women.
Okay. All right.
Interesting tactic.
That'd be an 18.
All right. So you feel him struggle and strain, and his muscles, pressing against yours, but you're managing to hold the grapple, and you feel his anger and rage rising within him as he hears you insult him. The other orcs are still slamming, and they actually have rushed up on these on the higher sort of areas here, and are entranced at what is happening.
If they get any closer, though, I'm going to. I basically am calling out, like, leave them be.
You're calling out to the orcs, leave them
Yeah.
be?
I can't believe I'm doing it. Like, James is like shaking, but watching the other orcs and wanting this to be a fair fight. This is a fair fight. You stay right there.
Okay. This one up on the high ground, you see he sort of trains his javelin at you and points, and then puts his eyes back on the fight. It's a very clear threat to you.
Yeah.
So, Ugo, you have him in grapple.
Yeah, so I'm going to attempt to. Can I attempt to exhaust him or try
You
to
could
do damage
try
to him?
to slam him. You could try to do a push and slam him to the ground.
I'm trying to knock him unconscious as quickly as possible.
Right.
Fist to the head, using a rock, anything I can do to knock his brain.
I think at this point, I mean, you could try to squeeze, but that's probably going to be the long way.
Right.
I think probably a push action where you attempt to push him down onto the ground, and you can stay on grapple and have him
great.
restrained.
Then let's do that.
Okay. So that's another strength check. You have more advantage. Dyson Capes sent you advantage.
Thank you, Dyson
But
Capes.
I have advantage from Odvar.
That works out to just a
Just a
simple
straight roll.
Yeah. Well, I'm raging, so I have advantage again.
He does have it already.
So
Double.
Double.
Can I
Beat
be,
it that
in trouble.
can I be cutting?
Ooh, that
ropes?
one's nice. That would be a 20.
Okay.
You be.
Oh, sorry,
So, Civ,
20.
you have pulled out your dagger and you're
Yeah.
sort of working on the rope on the hand there.
Yeah, I want that hand free as soon as
22.
22. I rolled a 4. So, so you now you've hoisted this chieftain up in the air and you slam him on the ground, and the orcs, they are into this fight. They're digging this fight, and you have him now on the ground, restrained. You've sort of got him pinned.
Yeah.
And he is at your mercy in a lot of ways. He's going to be at advantage for attack rolls should you just choose to do that.
Okay.
He's prone.
Okay.
What would you like to do?
Yeah, I'm trying to knock him out. And
Okay.
literally trying to do as much damage to him as I can.
So
with
roll an attack
the
roll?
fist. Yeah.
Again, you have a
Advantage?
The gods in the amulet are just
nuts.
helping you out here.
Thank you, gods.
This one from King Zergrat.
King Zagrat.
Oh boy.
The attack. Okay. 12?
That's the attack roll?
Yeah.
That doesn't land. You have him down and you hit. That was with advantage?
Yes,
Yeah,
with advantage.
You're sort of hitting at him, but he's writhing and angry, and he's kind of putting his armor in your way, and your fists are kind of cascading off his armor. And again, the other orcs are getting closer and closer, very, very aggravated, watching the outcome. This one has actually come down. It hears crazy commotion, and it's kind of walked over to this point, seeing like everybody's having fun.
Can I see Civ?
What's the cool?
Everyone's having fun.
It's the schoolyard fight, and I'm missing it.
I have a rough idea of where Civ went, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to kind of strafe over in that direction towards him so I can get within range of Awakened Mind so I can actually tell him some stuff, because if they're getting closer, I'm not going to stay that far away.
Okay.
Yeah, that's about 30 feet, 25, 30 feet to Civ-ish.
Ladies, anything that you would like to do? You hear commotion.
Pima, I don't think we should be working on the ropes.
Why?
I think we need to help.
What if we can wake up the warden? Then maybe the warden should be able to help.
Yeah, but he's sleeping, or we don't even know if he's okay.
New idea. You might be right. Maybe we can sneak around to the big cannon and point it at them.
Oh, yes, but I mean,
And say, give it up right now. We have your weapon.
You're strong of will, and I'm very small. I want to do that. I don't want to say no to you, but I think that we might not be strong enough. Just physically, not emotionally.
All right, if you think that's the best thing to do, then
I don't know. Maybe I just feel like they need help.
You know what we can do? Maybe we can climb up onto the warden and shoot them from above.
Let's do it.
All right.
All right. So, what are you guys doing?
We're gonna try.
Lift me up there, and then I'll help pull you.
All right. So do a strength check. I mean, she's small.
I mean,
Oh, and you have advantage.
I can come
Fahima.
up the rope
You
too.
have advantage from Danny TRS. Danny TRS.
Nice.
I want to try to use my rope. I'm gonna climb up and then use my rope to try to hoist her.
I don't need this.
Well, there is rope there.
But isn't it attached?
It is, but I mean, it's taut. She could probably
Climb it.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
So what do my strength?
If you put me on the rope,
Well, I thought
then
you said you were
can
going to
get
boost
up.
her. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I can do that. I'll boost
Also,
it.
one of the things that I've enjoyed about having a little beach gnome on the team is that I have a 2.5-year-old son, and it occurs to me that he is the exact size and weight of our beach gnome. So I have a very good idea of how easy or hard it would be. It's not going to be hard.
Just a less squishy of a butt.
Yeah. It's
What?
Poop.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah. Lily's out of diapers.
Thank God.
10.
yeah, that's fine. I mean, you're able to hoist
slow
her,
on the upkeep on that one.
hoist her up onto the
always came on
boot
my
here,
nose.
and Lily, you're on there.
Okay.
And I suppose we'll dash over to the fray, yeah?
Yeah.
Everybody's chest?
Or you gotta get up now,
Dash
too.
stealthily.
Yeah.
Those are a bit antonyms.
Yeah, there's
but
no such thing.
All right, fine. We won't dash then. Do want to be stealthy.
okay.
So,
So the good news is there's a lot of commotion and no one is looking for you.
yeah,
Yes.
really.
cool.
So you're gonna actually be able to get pretty far. I don't know. I don't want to get risque here. Where do you guys want to stand on the sweet
Like by
abs?
the belt.
on his
buckle?
washboard
Yeah.
abs.
All right.
Let me cuddle in that ab.
All up in those abs. All right.
Extreme.
And how
That might
does
be
he
a
get
little
those?
You guys are.
How does he get the abs, Jeff?
It's a lot of planking and no carbs. They are. You guys are standing there. Yeah. You guys are standing there, and you're kind of going up and down slightly, so because he's breathing.
Live.
This is nice.
This is
This is
not how I thought it was going to go. But I love
See,
it.
what did I tell
I'm
you?
very
so
good at this. This reminds me of surfing on the shores of Bengal.
Okay. Sort of.
Yeah. Ride the waves, okay?
Okay, so let's cut back to our orc fight. That sort of happened concurrently to Ugo having this fight.
Right.
We're back.
Thank you for having me
The camera has returned us to this scene, and Ugo, you have him down. You tried to attack him.
Right.
The orcs are getting closer and closer.
How far away are they from us? Just so. How many feet?
50-ish feet, maybe less.
Not quite. Probably more like 40, 35, I think.
Yes.
He's about 100 feet, so about half of him's 50. So if you think about that.
Mage armor also.
Okay.
James is doing his best to look intimidating to the other orcs that keep kind of encroaching on the fight.
Right. How's that working out for
Yeah.
you?
Not great.
He rolls
Not
his
great.
sleeves up.
But he's super worried, but he has an idea and he's feeling a little desperate.
I think maybe we should roll initiative now
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
this is getting a little complex.
Yeah.
So let's do that.
Fine.
James pulls out the magic seeds
Oh, interesting.
and puts one in his sling and holds it ready.
Interesting. Okay. Seed sling. They're very small.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you think? I mean, I don't know. Can it work like that, or would I need to throw it? I don't know. I still
imagine-
have no idea what they do.
Right. But imagine like a pumpkin seed.
Yeah.
If you put that into a sling. I mean, you could put more than one.
That sounds scary.
Do lots of seeds.
Chew them up into like a soggy
I'm not
ball.
putting that thing in my mouth.
And then do
No,
it.
definitely
If you,
not.
if you put them in the oven for a while, a little salt and pepper.
Right.
Oh, yeah, the paprika.
If man, I basically like, okay, I've been hanging on to you for a bit, and I look at this, and if I put it in the sling with like a bullet, I mean, could it work that way? I don't know.
I think you would have a seed with a bullet in a sling.
Yeah.
It's not going to augment the attack in any way.
Dang. Okay, I know. I'm just trying to figure out a way if I could like fire whatever this magical thing is, hoping it does some sort of
Let's
damage to the three of them.
Let's find out what our initiative roll is. Civ.
7.
Okay. Fahima.
19.
Good.
James.
9.
Ugo.
19.
Lily.
18. Almost said my name.
Lily.
Lily.
Wow, you rolled a lily?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. She's got a concussion at least. At least.
Still recovering.
Can we please role play out the concussion?
That concussion protocol for Lily. like, falling down.
Doesn't
Don't let her sleep for any
Who's
amount of
president of Vine, Lily?
Okay. So first up is Fahima. No, let's go with Ugo.
Okay.
Because you have attempted to attack
Yeah.
this orc
Yeah.
leader.
Again.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, so he is actually going to before you do that, before we actually get into initiative, he is going to use a reaction and shout in Orc,
I am the leader. Get him. Get him.
in a commanding voice. And these three Orcs sort of look at each other, not sure what to do, because it's not their turn yet. And Ugo, what would you? You're gonna attack
So
again.
he says that?
Yes.
And I scream out in Orc to them.
Follow nobles. Do not interrupt.
And continue?
Yeah, sure.
Ugo,
you have advantage from Elias 9996.
Thank you, Elias.
6. Lucky number 9.
It's not as better as the one I rolled, but yes. It is a 22.
That hits.
Yeah.
Is that with the maul or is that unarmed?
I think it's unarmed. You ran at him
I was
without
not,
your
I was
maul.
not thinking maul. I
Right.
was thinking
You had
armed.
it sheathed. Yeah.
So 1d2?
Or it's-
1d4?
It's 1 plus your strength modifier.
1 plus my strength modifier, so 4 damage.
Okay.
Rage damage as well, so 7 damage.
But let's also do a just roll a d20 for me.
Okay, sure, yeah. 16? You want me to add something to it?
Use strength modifier.
19?
Okay. So you pop him square in the mouth.
Right.
And you see blood, and his tooth kind of goes to the side a little bit, and he's angry, and his eye sort of starts swelling. It didn't look like a blow that would have done that much damage, but he's rocked. He's prone. He's very vulnerable at this point. So we are up to Fahima.
Lily, something just occurred to me. I think Ugo might have to win this fight on his own to win the leadership. I don't know if fighting dirty's gonna help him.
Right.
So I'm gonna hold my action. I'm gonna hold a firebolt if another orc decides to come and beat
Great.
up Ugo, and
So
then
you
I'll shoot him.
you prepare. You kind of start conjuring flames in your hand. You feel your hand and your forearm start to heat up, but you're holding it. You're waiting. You're staring. You're trying to gauge if there's going to be more aggression from any of the other orcs. We're up to Lily.
Right, I think you're right. While we're up here on the Warden, I'm gonna try and apologize to him. So I'm gonna go over to his ear.
All right, Lily. You use your
Do you like rub his abs? I'm sorry.
Not molest him.
I'm so sorry.
You get lost in his beard for about 10 minutes.
I'm like right in his neck. I want to be like right by
Just right on
his
the
ear.
neck. There you
Sorry.
go.
I'm
So
sorry.
In his
Adam's apple.
suprasternal notch, is that what that thing is called?
Yeah.
But I'm keeping
an
my
English
eye
patient
over because I can
reference.
still kind of
I'm
see
a
what's
nerd.
happening
Yeah.
from the other dudes, but
Right.
I'm gonna get closer to him and
Okay. And what do you do?
I put my hand on his chin.
His Adam's apple that is as
Adam's
large as
apple.
you are.
Yeah.
You put your hand on his chin. It's bushy, and
Yeah.
furry, thick hairs that are they look like
I hold
ropes
on to
almost.
one of the hairs.
Okay. All right. And you say what?
I don't know if you can hear me, but this is all my fault, and I'm so sorry that you fell, and I hope you're alive, and I promise if you live through this, I'll make it up to you. I promise, and I wrote a song for you, but it's probably not the best time to sing it.
All right. And you have the amulet, right?
Yeah.
The most extraordinary thing happens. You feel movement in his neck. You feel movement in his abs. You feel a tension on the ropes, and you hear ping, ping,
snap.
as he starts sitting up, the ropes snapping, and he not much, he kind of just leans up and looks down at you, standing right on his neck, and he looks at you, and the amulet flashes, and electricity courses through his body. He explodes with it.
Whoa.
It goes directly into the amulet, into you, back into Fahima, down into Civ, out into James, and into Ugo. All of you immediately jolted, shocked with an incredible amount of electricity, and then everything goes white.
What?
and we go to intermission.
No! I demand that we continue.
So,
I'm fighting somebody.
So,
Come on!
Stick around, because Lord Airband is going to entertain you during intermission, and
we have the boomerang.
we're going to give away the boomerang, the Jerry Trainer boomerang. You didn't mention this, but I think the actual real-life Jerry Trainer is going to sign it.
Oh, okay.
And so I think it's going to, one lucky viewer is going to get a Jerry Trainer autographed boomerang. If not, Jerry just found out about that right now.
Guess
anyway,
Jerry. Thank you.
we will have a
gets a surprise
15-minute intermission. We'll be back to see what just happened. Stick around.
I'm gonna have this look on my face the entire time.
Fear not, adventurers. Our campaign will continue after this brief intermission. Right now, it's time for us to enjoy each other's company. Now, before you all start typing boomerang me, of course, which you already have, and I like, that makes me happy, let me just say this. I'm not ready for you to boomerang me yet. I need to say first, boomerang me. You need to type boomerang me before I give away boomerangs. So, when I reach the count of 5, I want everybody who, please pay attention and listen very closely. If you live in the United States of America, you know who you are. You can be a part of this giveaway. Otherwise, I don't know how the hell I'm going to get this damn boomerang to you. So, if you are in the United States of America and you would like to receive this Jerry Trainer boomerang, yes, that's right, it's a boomerang that says Jerry Trainer on it, that Jerry Trainer might actually sign. We're not sure yet. I still need to talk to him about that. But on the count of 5, if you would like to receive it, type the word boomerang me. Words, that is. No! Dice and caps, not yet! You're all too fast! Wait! Here we go. 1,000. 2, 1,000. 3, 1,000. 4, 1,000. 5, 1,000. Go! Boomerang me. Hit me with all your boomerangs. Everybody. Everybody, if you are a United States person, i.e. if you live within the continental United States, and you type boomerang me, and you do it, you have done it now. Not Eddie Murphy, but boomerang me. That's kind of funny anyways. Then you will be entered. So continue to do so, if you haven't already. And we will choose the winner. At random, note at random. Now, also, while we're waiting, remember, as many of you already have, there are 3 unique digital items that could influence the game. You can grant the gift of advantage, with which many of you have, and has actually been very important in this game. There are a number of situations where people may or may not have come to their end had they not had them. But the gift of advantage is the ability to roll 2 20-sided dice at once. You can also take pity on particular player or the team as a whole and allow them to draw a force of good card. Or you can add an additional challenge to the adventure and have them draw from the force of evil deck. However, only real evil people do that. So you better be damn evil if you're going to do it. All right. I'm going to give you 1 more minute to type the word boomerang me if you wish to enter. And then I am cutting you off. That's everyone that is watching. And while we're waiting for that, remember you can submit your idea for a force of good or force of evil card, and we might use it on the show. You can do that at thedungeonrun.fandom.com. Would you like me to spell it for you? Or can you handle that yourself? Doom or hang me. Paciferal. Paciferal? well played. I should give it to you just for writing that, because that is very unique. It certainly does not say boomerang me, but it sounds a hell of a lot like it. All right. 10 more seconds. And we'll be done. We're closing the giveaway now. Elias, thank you for the countdown. You are a little late and early at the same time. All right. We have everybody entered. One moment, please. All right. So, let us chat now that we've done that fun little drawing. Well, we could draw it from a hat, but we won't. Because I don't wear hats. Because I have an exposed brain. And it would hurt if I put my hat on my head with an exposed brain. It actually wouldn't hurt because the brain technically doesn't have any nerve endings. But you get the idea. It's itchy. Yes, thank you, Eric. Kiri, I appreciate you liking my rope belt. You know that it does have woven in gold thread. Yes? It's glorious. It's my favorite of all the belts I have. You don't mean to be mean, Lynn, but you think I look like Cthulhu? I take that as a compliment. Cthulhu is one of the most handsome of all illithids. And I know. Did I decide on my pet yet? No, Midnight. I thought you were deciding for me. Yes? No? Did I get the thread enhanced magically? Of course. Dear. What? Why wouldn't I? Oh, we were going to do the beholder, the tiny beholder? Oh, God. Did I not tell you that I was terrified of beholders? I am. As long as it's small, that's okay. And it has to be very nice. It has to be like a sweet beholder. And its eye has to be blue. I want it to be a soft baby blue eye. Oh, yes, we also like the dyslexic dragon. Maybe I should have few. Like a number of little guys. Little minions. They're not minions, though. They're what? What are they called, everyone? Someone? They're not minions. They are... what? Familiars. Yes. Now you're learning. A giant badger? I'll take it. I won't eat its brain. Do I get brain freeze Ursa Minor if I eat a frozen brain? Most likely, but I do not like cold or frozen brains. I've never had one because I did get a trick played on me as a young illithid squid boy. I was given a very, very cold brain from a tiny baby brain, and it was absolutely horrid. No, not calamari. I'm not a calamari. I was never a calamari. Never, never, never. No. I was a tiny squid boy. What if the brains are supposed to be cold? Then I don't eat them, Lair. I just don't eat them. Now, however, would it be brain freeze should I eat a cold brain? Of course. Isn't anything going to give you brain freeze if it's cold? But I get the joke. It was funny. How are Warden's brains? Never actually had them, Great John. I was offered Warden brains once, and I turned it down, knowing that was a bad move. Why not a spectator beholder? It's a protector. Well, Anwin, perhaps that's what we'll do. Can I get one with a blue eye and that's tiny? Would I eat Jeff's brain? Of course I would, Ursa. Will I eat Jeff's brain? No, because then he won't be able to do my show for me. You see, this is my show. I put this show on. I don't want him to stop. If he's dead or doesn't have a brain, where's my show? I don't get any entertainment. I have to deal with Milo all day long, telling him which way to run and what to gather. That's no fun. I need Dungeons and Dragons. In this case, the dungeon run. You want Ugo to run the game? That will go quickly. He would smash the table immediately. What about a mind witness pet? Ooh, dragontastic. Tell me more. Game Grumps did a D&D podcast? Well, that sounds fun. If you're being held hostage over easy, didn't we do this before, you and I? Fine, let's do it one more time. All right, listen. You're asking me if I'm being held hostage. Wiggle my fingers. I'm being held hostage. See, look at the left hand. You can't see my toes, but you see the left hand? You see? Shh. Don't tell anyone. They're not glued. You saw it, didn't you? Watch the right hand now. Seriously, watch. But be very attentive. Because I have... I can only do a slap with that hand. A slappy slap. What role would I be in D&D? What do you mean, what role would I be? I am D&D. Level 17. I am all roles when I get in the game. Are you like Lily Short? Yes, I'm tiny. This is a mighty slap of Lord Erevan, that's correct. Well, now I'm 20, but I was 17 the last time I played. You are D&D, dark and dangerous. Tatanka, you and I are now going to be best friends. Get ready to be best friends with an Illithid. It's both good and bad, because I read minds. Of course you can be my friend. Every one of you is a friend. If you're here right now, you're a friend. We're all in this together. We're all enjoying the show. You think I'm separate? No. I want to be your family. Well, Kush, here's the deal. Are you Illithid? Sure, all right, then we are family. By birth. We can't help it. Do redheads have the scariest brains? Of course they do, slugs. Isn't that common knowledge? Listen, Void of Shadows, I promise you, in due time, you will play in a game of D&D. I don't know how, and I don't know why, but my brain is telling me that your brain is going to find a game soon. So get excited. I don't put anything on, Goof, as a matter of fact. I eat them rather blandly. I do like a little mucus. My favorite brain teaser. Feathers. Yes, that's a brain teaser, isn't it? How many secrets do I keep, kid? 1, 2, 3. Exactly 5. I've had brain surgery. Did they send my brain to you? No, Robbie, they didn't. As a matter of fact, they asked me very clearly if I could look into it and find out anything of import. And they told me, yes, there's lots of import in there. And I said, let me check it out. And I checked it out and I thought, wow, what an incredible brain with so much knowledge and power. And then I gave the brain back. This whole show is awesome. Malice, with a name like that, it's wild that you can use the word awesome. Malice Wrathchild. Malice and Wrath and Child all in one. You must be a delight. I assure you, as a young squid man boy, I was one heck of a malice-filled devil child. Calamari, sure. The cast is amazing. I chose them all hand-picked. Each and every one was chosen after hours and hours and days of excruciating decisions. How do I know them? I sent out something on Facebook. I'm just kidding. No, they're not adopted. So like 1.5 days. That's not true. At least 5. Listen, every single one of these wonderful players is at the top of their game. And then there's Jeff. Oh boy, Jeff Canotta, my old flatmate from college, who thinks he's so special. Well, look, unfortunately, he's really special, and there's really nothing I can do about it. I wish I were cooler than him, but I'm not. And that sucks, but it's also kind of cool because he runs the show. No, it wasn't a squid college, it was a junior college. It wasn't a junior college, I'm kidding. We're really smart, Jeff and I. Who was cleaner? You mean cleaner? Who cleaned or who was cleaner? Jeff cleaned often. Me? I've cleaned. Yes, Elemental Earth, I promise. Just for you, we're going to start playing again. Just let me make sure that they're all ready to play. Hold on. Can someone check to see if they're ready? Someone, please. Milo, go ask the cast if they're ready to play again. There we go. Goodness gracious sakes alive. There are people out here that want to see them again now. What is this? Why are we waiting? I am going to be sick to my stomach, Milo, and you do not want to see that happen because I haven't eaten anything in days. It would be bile. Only. Ugo, yes, Ugo is still working on getting his pants put on. Nerdy Bales, that was Nerdy Bales said that. He said, I assume Ugo hasn't got pants on. I'm just responding to that, okay? Waiting because of number 2? Well, listen, I may or may not be doing a number 2 right now. That's the beauty of this throne. No one will ever know. Except for Milo. Milo, can you please come over here really quickly? I'm going to need a change of the chamber pot. No. Another one. Do the second one. Yeah, put the bigger one under me, Milo. Thank you. My goodness, this is going to be a long second half. Look, we're only at 7:17. My goodness, this could go another 3 hours. Yes, Fisty Clown. You're raising your hand. Why do I speak? Is Milo a union guy? No, Milo is a minion. He's a small troll-like creature that I found once in a small irrigated ditch. And he was very sweet. And I said, Milo, are you okay? And he said, yes. And I said, are you hungry? He said, yes. So I gave him some food, and he's been following me ever since. I tried to get him to walk away once, and he didn't. Now he's my minion. I can't show you Milo because he's embarrassed. Doesn't like being on cameras. All right, look. Here's the good news. It looks like they're ready to come back. You're getting your wish, everyone. So without further ado, we are going to take you back. But let me just say this. I want to thank everyone who has shared the show. Those of you that haven't, I ask you to please do so. And remember, I'm joining you in the social conversation around the game. So talk to me and I'll talk to you. And now it's time to rejoin our adventurers.
And we're back.
Where'd it go?
Oh. Okay. When we left off, Lily had communicated to the warden, and something occurred with the amulet. An incredible amount of energy was released into all of you. And the next thing you're aware, some things feel familiar, some things feel wrong, strange, dissonant. As you open your eyes, you're indoors In fact, you're inside a magnificent hall, 100 feet in one direction, and all of the walls are reflective, as if they were sculpted out of one single piece. It's almost like the Disney concert hall, if you've seen it. It's no hard edges anywhere. Everything's sculpted out of one single reflective surface. And the ceilings are massive. It goes up into a peak, almost like a cathedral. And you feel displaced. It's like you're in a dream. No, a memory, but not your memory, someone else's memory. And Lily, the strangest thing, you're the first one to be aware of this, but for the first time in your life, you are looking out of eyes that are much higher up in the world than you've ever experienced. And you look into the mirror, one of these mirrored surfaces in this massive hallway, and you see a human face looking back at you with chiseled features, hard, cold eyes, and tight silver blonde hair intricately woven into a long, twisting braid that circles around your neck and drapes in front of you. Swirling circular patterns of dark blacks and browns cascade across thick leather armor that you're wearing. And your left shoulder is wrapped in a shiny metal casing that connects down your arm to a thick silver bracelet. Strapped to your back is a magnificent silver and wood crossbow. 4 of you roll perception, please.
16. I'm sorry, 15.
Bad. 4.
4.
Go!
James,
Yeah.
you're the next one to notice. You feel shorter than you normally are. You look into the mirror and you see a short, squat dwarf looking back at you, built thick like a castle wall. He wears a long red cape and a helm with 2 massive horns protruding from the top. A bushy gray beard obscures his face beneath it, and his heavy metal armor, richly detailed in symbols and writings, almost like the armor itself is covered in tattoos, clangs and rattles with any movement. At either hip, 2 compact hammers, and across your back, a large mace on a chain, bent and scarred from much apparent use. Uggo, you're the next to notice. You see an attractive human face looking back at you. Dark skin, just the thinnest layer of shaved gray hair. Square jaw with a tightly cropped gray beard. You're standing in polished white armor, gleaming and resplendent. A thick fur hide is wrapped around it, attached at the shoulders, and 2 long swords are crossed at your back in an X. Your eyes are solemn and ready. Civ, you look in the mirror and see a regal dragonborn face staring back at you. Deep-set green eyes, a protruded snout, and smooth, shiny scales that almost seem to reflect an auburn or burnt orange hue. You stand in golden armor of distinct interlocking plates, each in a sharp triangle shape. Your gauntlets are similarly crafted, but pull back into long, thin spikes, stretching nearly the length of your forearm. Emblazoned on each is a strange symbol. Your bottom half is a plate mail kilt of the same design, and on your hip, an exquisitely crafted longsword whose hilt is inlaid with gold. And finally, Fahima, you see, looking back at you, a teal shimmer. Your eyes peer out from behind the hood of the most spectacular cloak you have ever seen. And the form you see reflected in the mirror is almost entirely encompassed inside that cloak. Head to foot is a shimmer, a delicate dance of blues and greens rippling across the surface of this magnificent cloak. When you reach up and pull back the hood, you recognize the features of an elf. Pointed ears, soft ethereal face, and a deep, jagged scar from forehead to chin. All of you have the sense of emotions and feelings that are not your own coursing through you. You look to each other and you see Ugo and Lily and James and Fahima and Civ, but also this other being. It's as if you're standing inside someone else. Or, if you ever watched Quantum Leap, it's kind of what we're talking about. You stand there agog for a moment or two, and then down the hallway, you hear the door start to move. This side, by the way, this archway over here is open into a massive field, basically, cascading down a long hill. And you see ruins, smoke, the appearance of war, as if someone drew a line here and said no further, not past this point, but everything beyond it, damaged, destroyed. And as you hear that door 100 feet down the way, this mirrored door part in the center and open, a small, dark-skinned boy in a white tunic comes running down, pop, 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 and you hear him run up to Ugo, and he goes, Dada, Dada, it's about to start, Dada. And he grabs your hand, and he starts pulling you.
I mean, I'll follow him.
So you start moving your way down the hallway, and as you get a few 20 feet down, you see a dragonborn in gold, long robe of gold, come through that same door and go, we're ready to begin.
Who are you? I talk. How do I sound? Do I sound like myself?
To everyone else you do. But it doesn't appear that anyone else hears you speak. Lily and Ugo and Fahima and Civ can hear you.
So no recognition on the face.
It doesn't seem like they hear you speak.
I'll go very confused.
James, do you know what's going on?
No idea. I turn back to the field in the ruins. Do they look familiar?
No, I mean it's a war-torn, desolate. There's black scar marks and things destroyed, and it's barren, as if it looks like if you've seen stuff from World War II after bombings. It looks like that.
Right.
It is war happened here.
I'm picking at the hammers. I'm investigating everything,
Right.
To see if I can get some sort of sense as to what is going on, where we are, when we are, anything.
Right.
This is all very, very odd.
You look down and you see these ornate. It's as if these are the nicest clothes you have ever seen. These are regal vestments. They're ornate, almost ceremonial. The hammers intricately built. Only the thing on your back that you saw in the mirror seems to have been beaten and used.
I wonder if we're in some kind of collective memory. But they can't hear me say that.
They can.
They can.
Yes, you can
Right,
communicate to each other.
But when he said something
To someone else.
Yeah.
Okay. I think we're in some kind of collective memory.
I felt a jolt. What happened?
Does this make sense with stories I've heard about the Wardens? That maybe we could be one of them right now?
Certainly an idea.
I think maybe we could be Wardens ourselves in a shared memory. That's my idea.
Dragonborn, and the boy is pulling Ugo down the hallway, and the Dragonborn is walking down the massive, long, 100-foot
I can't
hallway.
stop. I can't stop. You have to follow me. I can't stop.
follow right behind him.
Dada!
Lean into it. Just settle in. It's like
You
a
guys-
story.
No.
pull
Go
back?
ahead. I know. I'm just very hesitant.
Okay.
I'm gonna show, because James and I think, are on the same wavelength. I'm gonna show James that you said the gauntlets had a symbol on
Yes.
them. I'm gonna show the symbol to you. Do you recognize
That seems
these?
to you as something that you would recognize as being the royal symbol of the Shazengao.
Oh, I would know that too then.
Yeah.
Whoa.
What is it?
It's the Shazengao.
What's that?
Dragonborn Empire.
It's the empire to the north.
Tell me more. I'm gonna start walking behind.
I think we should follow
Okay.
them.
Yeah.
Okay.
But while we're walking, I'd love to hear more about Shazengao, because I don't think Sid would know much about.
There's
Shazengao is the Dragonborn Empire north of Colcian Latland. It is massive. The only place where royalty still thrives in all of Ain.
Do
there's
we-
do I have a
Dragonborn
pack?
princess.
Does this person have like a pack at its side?
No, it's you're in white
Yeah,
armor
right.
with a big fur.
No.
It's sort of ceremonial looking.
Gotcha.
It looks like something you would wear at an important occasion.
Do I
Just not functional.
Gotcha.
Do I recognize anything about this shimmery hood?
No, it's magnificent. It's grander than anything you've ever seen.
Lily,
it
did-
doesn't behave in ways material that you've seen before should.
Lily, did the warden say anything to you? What happened? What did you do?
Did you kiss him?
Oh,
You better not.
Why? Sometimes that wakens you from magical effects.
Yeah, but it's a big creature might eat her.
Well, Lily has a big heart.
I do.
Anyway,
Thank you. No, I didn't kiss him, to answer your question. Good idea, though. I apologized. I apologized, and I touched his neck, and then we're here. And it's so nice to see you all up close, up high.
As you guys are having this conversation, you kind of get to the entrance through this door. And as you walk in, it is a massive great room full of people, of what you could only describe as an audience.
All Dragonborn?
No. All races, shapes, and sizes standing around. Many people. It is also a massive high ceiling, and as you enter it, the ceiling, you hear this loud sound, mechanical, and the ceiling parts to open sky, dark clouds. You walk in, everything is that same reflective, no hard corners, just beautiful, high, rounded, reflective, chromatic.
Does this seem like technology that exists in like the ability to
You have
shape
never
stone
seen
like this?
You have never seen anything like this.
And the people, the temperament, are they happy?
They,
Are they?
they are watching you with reverence as you enter this room. There are 5 podiums and a 6th one higher up, farther back, at which stands a regal dragonborn woman with orange, sort of auburn scales. She's in similar golden triangle plate mail to what you saw Civ in, on one half of her body. On the other half, kind of connected to that plate mail, is beautiful fabric that cascades down her sinewy form. She stands patiently waiting there. Behind her, another dragonborn, large, wide, strong, armored, stands holding a massive maul. Next to him is an ornate urn. As you walk in, it seems clear that you are being led to these 5 positions in front of the 5 podiums.
Jeff, you said we get emotions? Like we
Yes.
can feel things?
Yes.
So like, how does the man in white armor feel?
Solemn, reverent.
When does he have a feeling when he sees the Dragonborn?
There's respect, there's reverence.
Yeah, recognize.
Yeah.
Cool.
Is there anything? So James's brain is moving a mile a minute, trying to think of
Yeah.
anything that give him any sort of sense of recognition. Is it like, can I roll a history check to
Sure.
see like Shaz and
Yes.
Gao? Like, what do I know?
Yes. And you have advantage on this from Elias 9996.
I rolled double 18s. That
you, Elias.
is a 22.
You are thinking back through the catalog of your mind of all the books you've read about the history of Ain. You never remember anything like this being described. Nothing like this. And you don't
No
understand.
wars, like from the ruins I saw outside.
Well, you've definitely heard about wars, the
Sure,
war of ideas.
sure.
And
Yeah, that's where my mind went immediately. But yeah.
You you definitely know of the war, but no place like this you've ever heard described. But you are definitely cataloging it in your mind and going, how is this? How is this? How can this be?
Right.
Lily, do you still have the amulet? Yes. You do?
No, you don't.
Oh.
Where's Meep?
Nope.
You don't have me.
Sorry, I didn't look. I just assumed.
I see.
Okay.
I don't know if this is good.
It's okay. Just breathe. Breathe.
This man feels solemn.
So as you land in your places at the podiums, the Dragonborn page sort of brings you and sets you there.
We can move ourselves, but we're also like kind of compelled to like
You
we're
feel
being
an
puppeted a little bit.
impulse, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. As you land in your space, everyone who stood and watched you as you walked in sits. And there's a long, heavy silence. And then the Dragonborn woman who stands at the podium says, "Today, the war of ideas will end. Because of each of you and your heroic deeds, we have a chance to bring Iron back from the brink of oblivion. But our duty to protect the realms is just beginning. Even as we strike the triumphant blow, we know that the threat will never be fully defeated, but only lie dormant. 300 years may seem long to us, but in the great stream of time, it is but a moment. And when that moment comes again, we must be ready. That is why we must ask you, our greatest heroes, who have sacrificed so much, who have helped us make the most difficult decisions, to sacrifice one last time." And as she completes that sentence, the massive Dragonborn, wide shoulders, thick armor,
The guy with the maul.
steps around her. And the urn behind her, she gestures to it. And the most beautiful prismatic orb rises out of it, swirling with many colors. Each angle, you seem to see a different color in it, swirling deep, radiant. She reaches back as it rises out of the urn and she takes it in her hand and she places it on the podium. And then she steps to the side and the Dragonborn takes the massive maul in his hand and he raises it high in the air and he comes down with the most thunderous attack you've ever seen. Just a massive swing of this maul.
Am I afraid?
You don't feel a sense of fear. And as it connects with this orb, a flash of white. And when you open your eyes again from the flash, in its place you see 5 individual colors. White, gray, purple, blue, red.
Gray, purple, red.
Roll a wisdom check, please. Each of you.
8.
That's my weakest stat.
Boy.
We're a low wisdom party.
Speak for yourself.
Yeah, I can remember this.
I've seen your stat sheet, buddy.
Yeah, it's all right. My intelligence is okay.
A wisdom check, not a saving throw. Check.
Correct.
Okay.
Check.
4.
17.
Nice. 8.
18.
I stand corrected.
2. All right.
What did you roll?
I want to confirm.
She turns to
Confirmed.
this Dragonborn woman in gold, orange scales shimmering, turns to Uggo and says, "Nicholas Kiln, a true leader in all things. your eldest slain, your wife at death's door. None of us here can know how you are able to continue to honor your duty. But we do know our world will be safer because of it. Your son, Peter, stands for you.
It's the kid who ran up in the
And
hallway.
Peter stands, proudly, looking at you.
Is it the little kid?
Yeah. Make your choice. And she indicates the 5 orbs.
Oh.
Between you and the kid.
Choose wisely.
It's too bad there's no green.
White, gray, purple, blue,
Yep.
red.
Red. Yeah.
Nicholas is a human, you said? Mm-hmm. Okay.
We are waiting, Nicholas.
What do God say? What do God say?
Oh.
You don't have the amulet, but you can still ask them if you
Yeah.
like.
What God's what do you think? What color?
You've made a lot of red in your day, buddy.
Probably a lot of purple faces, too.
I'll go.
Gray
Yeah.
corpses.
What does your heart say?
You get a sense of red.
Heart say red.
Choose red. It's the color of love.
I'll go love you. I'll goes and grabs the red.
Okay. The moat of embers.
So many notes.
I was gonna say. Hope somebody's keeping track of this stuff.
Of embers. Somebody
turns to you,
just
Fahima.
later.
Feel like I'm going to be rewatching this part of the episode a lot.
Mirasis, you may have given up the most of all of us. Your people slaughtered, your homes decimated. It is not fair to ask of you what we ask today, but we must. The good people of Ain stand for you. And everyone in that place stands up. Choose.
White.
She turns next to...
Did she say what it is?
Oh, sorry. Motive gusts.
Oh.
She turns next to James. Orad, Ironmark. Orad, my friend. You were the first to volunteer. Members of your clan are here. You honor them as they do you. And 3 other dwarves stand in the audience dressed similarly to you.
I give kind of an awkward nod, like, hi.
Make your choice.
Purple. And I as I step, I'm probably not used to dwarven legs, so I probably stumble a little bit.
Mote of sparks.
Motive?
Moat.
M-O-T-E.
Like dust.
Next, she turns to Siv. Zhong Laolong, blood of my blood, you honor all of Shashan Gao with your sacrifice here today. Your bravery in the field of war and your wisdom as my counsel has been invaluable. I do not know what I will do without you, but you are needed more by the many in the long stream of time than by me alone here and now. I stand for you. Choose.
I'll, just because it's natural reaction for me, I'll salute to her.
Okay.
And then more like a civ salute rather than a military one.
Yeah.
Can I leave it up to chance? So I don't know if this guy has a coin in his pocket or not. but I'd love to either close my eyes or flip a coin, or I don't. In other words, I want to take it out of my hands.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Leave it
Right.
up to the fates.
Okay. Let's see what the.
What's left? Gray and blue?
Yeah, gray and blue.
50-50.
You're wearing gray.
There you go.
It is gray.
Great. Okay. Cool.
Mote of stone. And then she turns to Lily. Rella, your courage at the Battle of Star Lock saved countless lives. We are in your debt. I can think of no one better to trust with this responsibility. Your mate, Sosana, stands to reaffirm your bond here and forever after. You see a woman who's dressed similarly to you stand up. The black hair and the same kind of long braid twisting around her body. The choice has been made. Mote of depths.
What race was Rella? Sorry.
Morella?
Morella?
Human.
Rella. It's R-E-L-A, Rella.
Oh.
Okay.
Not Morella?
Rella.
That's Lily is Rella.
Yep.
Okay.
And mote of depths, you said?
Depths.
Yes.
Depths.
Yeah.
And human.
As we stand on the precipice of victory, none of it would be possible without the courage of these 5 heroes and the help of our new ally, whom many of you do not know. And she indicates to the back of the hall where you guys entered. And once again, that mirrored door parts in the center and opens up. And a creature walks in. The gold shirt and a red robe over it with a high neck coming up the back. It has purple skin with spots and tentacles that come down its face. And as it enters, it says, "Greetings!
Oh my God.
I am Lord Ereban, the keeper of secrets."
Oh boy.
We do not recognize him.
No.
No.
The Dragonborn woman continues. Lord Ereban is here to help you forget everything you know, everything you are will be erased. Each of you will be no more. Your final selfless act. The knowledge of the weapon and how you 5 won this war is too powerful to risk. But in 300 years, when the threat returns again, we may need to know. Lord Ereban will lock your memories, the knowledge of how to defeat our foe, deep within one of you. None of us will know who. But when the time comes, you, our protectors, our wardens, will be there to save us once again. And then suddenly, that door cracks open once again and you see another Dragonborn page run in, and he says, "Milady, the army approaches!" And she says, "It seems there is no more time for ceremony. We must do it now, Ereban." And Ereban says, "I have no time." And she says, "Well, then, we must deal with the army first. It is a gamble, but we must do it." And Ereban says, "Let the dice roll!"
Oh my god.
Quite a showman.
And the motes in your hand explode with energy. And you feel a power fill your bodies in a way you have never experienced. And you look down and see elemental energy course through your veins in your bodies. These bodies are inside. And you start to grow. up, out, 100 feet tall, up out the top of this massive cathedral. Each of you growing, and you become the Wardens.
I try to motion to the crowd of people to get away from us. I don't
Yeah,
want to
they're
be
all looking at
crushed
you
or-
in awe.
Yeah.
And as you rise up out of the top of this cathedral, even its vaulted ceilings are small compared to your new size. You're over 100 feet tall, each of you, standing there. You look out to your right, and you see past where the cathedral is a city, gilded, golden, beautiful. To your left, you see this shattered land, this destruction, and rising up this hill, 2 massive armies. One on the left, bright, radiant, glowing. One on the right, dark, shadowed, as if a line had been cut down the middle of them. And flying above each side, you see a sun dragon and a moon dragon. And now, you guys get to be wardens.
What? What do you mean?
So, we're gonna roll initiative.
Goodness.
And who had red Uggo?
Red Uggo.
Inferno Warden.
What? You giving us new character sheets? You weren't kidding.
1,000 hit points. No, just
This is crazy.
Who had Mote of Stone? That's you.
Yep.
Civ.
That is Quake Warden.
Wait.
Who had Mote of Sparks?
Me.
Storm Warden.
We know that dude.
Yep. Who had Mote of Depths?
Me.
Blue. Typhoon
I
Warden.
got too overwhelmed.
Typhoon.
Typhoon Warden, which leaves Cyclone Warden.
Ooh.
Mote of Gusts.
Cyclone.
So look over your character sheets.
Wow.
Gosh.
We're doing it.
This is
We're doing it.
good.
You
Very good.
are the Wardens. And this is the end of the war. These armies are descending upon this cathedral, and you have to defend it.
Both the Sun Dragon and the Moon Dragon armies are coming at us, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
In fact, we have new Force of Good and Force of Evil decks.
Oh, what?
What?
Warden appropriate?
Warden appropriate.
So they're extra big.
Stubbing your toe. Stubbing your toe when you're a warden somehow doesn't have the same
Just the
effect.
realization. Do I look like the one that was on the ground before?
No, he does.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
he
I
does.
do.
Some of
Yeah.
us. The one. I thought
Yeah.
you said thin gray hair, so that I saw.
No, the Storm Warden.
Nice. Nice.
I look down at my abs.
Okay.
Whoa, bro.
Ogo, you just got a Force of Good, actually.
Dun, dun, dun.
Do you want to see what it is?
Yes, I do.
Things are gonna get crazy. Things are gonna get crazy.
Oh,
Just
I
so
like
you
the
know.
little outline.
You know, it's blue, guys.
Hello.
Wow.
Okay.
All right, so I am going to try to convey what's going on. This is a massive battle.
So I can. Should I read this out? It seems
I don't know
like
what it is.
It seems like immediately.
Okay.
Yeah, it's called the element of surprise.
Oh, well, no, let's wait until the
wait
battle
for that.
begins.
Cool, great.
Fahima, you got a good as well. Let's wait until the battle starts and we'll start giving them out.
Cool.
Okay.
We have a battle that is starting. Okay, we have a line. On one side, darkness. On one side, light. Okay? You are here at the cathedral's edge. 5 of you, massive. We're not going to do minis because you are 100 feet
big.
tall creatures. And there are massive armies descending upon you. You notice that the armies of whatever this place are kind of marshalling. You hear, and you see troops clad in that similar symbol that you saw come around the side, and they're kind of trying to make a stand here at the edge of the wall. And up this rise, with this strange partition down the middle, a dark side and a light side. and they are coming at you. You guys all sort of step out over the edge of the cathedral you were in and walk out. And we're gonna roll initiatives.
Ooh.
Quick question. You
Yeah.
said that there's a sun dragon and a moon dragon, but there's two armies. What are the armies made up of? Like, what are they? A certain race? Are they?
Plus-
I mean, it's hard for you to see. There's many of them. There's like dust being kicked up,
Right.
and one of them is sort of radiating light, and the other one is in shadows and darkness. You kind of see beady, glowing eyes in shadow coming up the rise, and you see sort of light rising up the hill.
Okay.
Let's do initiative.
This is what you were talking about on Twitter, huh?
I said,
This is very unexpected.
It's very unexpected.
let's see if this works.
Yes, going to a different world.
Just Dex. No, you're normal.
Oh, Dex.
You're Warden
It's the
Dex.
same.
Oh, I'm going last. This makes sense. Being a giant.
Yeah, you add your dex.
Alright.
Yeah.
Hello.
Okay, so what do we got, Civ?
Minus my dex, it would be 3.
Oh, you got minus dex?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm a giant stone.
I guess you are the minus.
That makes sense.
Sorry, I should have done the math. 5 plus 7.
12.
12.
You have a plus
12.
7.
4.
Okay.
Oh.
I know, not great.
26.
Whoa!
Excuse me, 23. I apologize.
Lily?
17.
All right, so Ugo, you go first. Now, it might be confusing to the audience to keep track of all this. It's a lot of it's confusing to you to keep track of all it.
They're
So
not alone.
it'll be helpful for you to explain what you're doing.
Gotcha.
You are a massive Inferno Warden. You are a giant creature, the size that we have seen many times of these Wardens, but swirling and roiling with volcanic energy.
Gotcha. First, who was the
Oh, that's a good question. Who was the
bestower of
bestower of the good? I don't have it in here anymore.
Can I get mine too?
Yes, you have. The good was from R. Lopez 465, I believe.
Thank you.
And Fahima, yours. Oh, it's hard to read.
Is it good?
Bethlehem, I guess Bethlehem Brainham.
Wow.
It's intense.
Bethlehem Brainham. It's a good.
That'd be good.
All right, here we go.
So this one's called the Element of Surprise.
Yeah.
I roll a d6 and a spontaneous appearance of an elemental appears on the battlefield based on the roll.
Element.
So there's an element, not an elemental, an element. Does it say elemental?
It does say element. I apologize.
Element.
I
yes.
apologize.
So
I got excited about elementals.
So you're able to tell me the placement, and I will tell you what happens.
Okay.
Again, armies coming up this rise.
Yeah.
There are many squads of them.
And is it the dragons that are glowing or dark, or is there someone in the groups that are doing that?
It is as if each individual troop has
Is
that
doing
quality.
that.
It is as if you're looking at night and day, and there's a brilliant silvery blue dragon,
Okay.
and a radiant red, orange, and yellow dragon.
Gotcha. How many feet are between the line? Like the line that divides them? This line?
Yeah.
Is it wide? Is it 5 feet wide? Is it 20 feet wide?
It's wide. It's pretty wide. I would say it's probably more like 20. But it is the troops themselves are running pretty shoulder to shoulder.
Okay.
I mean, it's a sea of army coming up this hill at you,
Gotcha.
and you just see this partition that's wide, but it is distinct. Like they're attacking as one, but they are drawn into two
gotcha,
different
I gotcha.
groups.
Okay, so I think I'm going to drop this element of surprise in an attempt to split the forces.
Okay.
Split them.
All right, so you drop it right in the center as they come up the
right,
rise?
Yeah.
Okay. So,
It is fire.
fire.
Yep.
Okay. So, as they run up, there is a massive explosion that erupts right in the center, and you see bodies fly. Dark ones, radiant ones on either side, both flying out, and there is some fire right here, still burning on the ground where you dropped it. So, you want to do something else?
Well, let's see. How far is that from where I'm at?
It is quite a ways.
Okay, cool.
I mean, we're talking a massive battlefield. You are massive creatures.
Sure.
They are still quite a ways away from you.
Okay.
Is that your action to do that?
Tell me if
No, I mean,
anything
it
is
was-
unclear.
Yeah, well, no, it's not that it's unclear. It's I don't have anything ranged, and I
Right.
don't want to leave yet. So
Right.
it's more of I'm going to hold an action if any of my wardens, warden friends, have an attack that is ranged. I will augment their attack.
Okay.
Cool. And that's my range.
So then next up is Lily.
Okay. I just so everybody knows I'm playing a very uncharismatic character.
I think we all are, actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
When you're 100 feet tall, it's not like, hey, buddy, how you doing?
I have a 6 charisma.
Yeah,
so.
mine
Yeah,
too.
mine's 7.
Different Lily.
It's like you're riding around in this incredibly massive tank, and you feel the power surging through you. You're able to do things that you couldn't possibly have imagined before this
Okay.
moment.
So I'm like trying to cheer him up.
All right.
Okay. All right, we can do this. Okay, so I am within 100 feet of the armies. Yeah.
Not
I would
yet.
say?
No,
No.
they are 300-400 feet away from you.
Oh, okay. And when it's a recharge 4 to 6, what does that mean?
So once you use it, then you will roll a d6. On a 4, 5, or 6, you get to use it again on your next
Got it.
turn.
Cool.
On a 1, 2, or 3, you don't.
Oh, thank you. Well, I will then. So we're all standing right by, like, kind of on that balcony that looks out onto this field.
Yeah, it's not really a balcony. This is a building that you just stepped out of. You guys are all sort of standing here, watching these armies approach with giant dragons flying above them.
Okay.
I know it is a lot to absorb.
No,
I
no, it's
appreciate
okay.
you guys going with me.
For the multi-attack, the typhoon, the 2 geyser punches, can I make those into the ground, like, to make kind of like holes of water, I guess?
Sure, but you
Will they
need
stay?
You got the most complicated character. You need to dehydrate first. So what you
Okay,
will do
great.
at a certain point is you will absorb the water.
I saw that. So,
Okay.
but that has to happen.
You have to have the
I see that now.
dampened
I see that
state.
now. Okay, so I'm
Yes.
gonna step out there because.
Okay, so you go charging into the fray,
Yeah, I'm gonna go like right to the middle of the line and kind of
right?
get with. Yeah, I'll go with my movement, which
Is 120 feet.
120 feet.
Yeah, and are you going to try to dehydrate?
Will I be able to reach them within that? You said I'm 400 feet away.
What's the range on that?
100.
Yeah, you haven't gotten to them yet, but
Okay.
they're approaching you quickly. So you could dash if you wanted.
Yeah, I'll dash.
Okay, so you have moved 240 feet closer to them. They are getting very close to you now
Yeah.
as well. We are up to. That's the wrong page. We are up to Fahima.
All of my attacks are melee, so I'm gonna have to dash 240 feet.
All right.
Let's go, guys.
Yeah. So you stepped over this. You stepped over this wall, and you are charging headlong into these armies that are charging at you. So that brings us to
Well,
James.
I want to actually taunt. I can't bring myself to taunt the Sun Dragon because it reminds me a lot of Meep. So I'm going to taunt the Moon Dragon.
Okay.
I'm going to say, come fight me, little birdie.
All right. What you hear is. But it's loud and it carries for many hundreds of feet, and you see these massive wings. The silver dragon take note of you and head right at you.
And you're keeping track of the distance and stuff? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's a massive war, so that's all that's going to change
Each
fast.
side has their own dragon.
Correct.
Two
Got
dragons.
it.
Moon and sun, baby.
Got it. Okay.
So, James, you're up.
James, again. So, is there a side of the temple or wherever that we're coming from that seems more vulnerable? Anything like that?
It certainly looks like it can be flanked on either side.
Okay.
There are ruins as we go down, so there's not much terrain to protect this direction, but it's all from behind here. You're drawing your line in the sand here.
If you're heading to the moon dragon, I guess I'll head to the sun dragon. How far out is the sun dragon? Is that it? Or
Well, yeah, it's toward the back of the armies, but it's flying and it can move really fast.
I do have a ranged attack.
Okay.
I could, if I have a 100-foot ranged attack, and my speed is 120, will I be able to hit it?
No, not yet.
Okay. How
We're
far till I
preparing.
get up to the front of the infantry or whatever we're looking?
It's about 300 feet to get to the front of the infantry.
Dang. Okay, then yeah, I'm gonna charge.
All right.
Dash with me.
Get everybody dashing to start. Civ, you're up.
Okay, so I'm gonna step out, but when I look back at the army that was kind of coming out from the city behind us, is it a small army or a big army?
The army that you're representing?
Yes.
It is not as big as the ones you see coming.
Okay, that's what I thought. So, and as far as this city or what's left of the city, does it look defensible or not?
It does not look like they're ready for this kind of.
Okay, great. That's exactly what I thought. Okay, so I'll step out probably behind the majority of the wardens.
Okay.
And I have an attack called Fissure.
Right.
And what I'd like to do is essentially create a trench, like right down the side of the shadow army.
Okay.
So I think it goes 60 feet. I'd like to do a 60-foot line across the shadow army side.
This is the shadow army side. This is the sun
okay,
army
perfect.
side.
So then that way.
Okay. So you take two massive hands and you slam them on the ground, and a giant fissure opens up in the ground 60 feet in this direction. Your teammates are beyond it.
Yeah.
So any movement that you'd like to do?
And then after I do that, I'm going to turn to Uggo/Fire Warden and say, let's do a combined attack. And then I'll start digging up big mounds. I know I can't do this till my next turn, but I'll start digging up big mounds of earth and rock and shaping it into a ball.
Okay. So we are now up to our armies. The Moon Dragon sees the good armies kind of coming around here, and it flies forward and releases a blast, a beam of pure white light, like moonlight, down the center. And it is. That's not that good. It cuts a swath into the approaching armies right here, and you see all of the people that had come around the side mustering themselves to try to defend the city reach up and grab their heads and scream and go back and forth in horror. Fewer of them than you would expect, but there are still some that are having that issue. There are armies that are now well within striking distance of you all. The Sun Army, there is a volley of arrows that come at you.
I'm on that side.
So yeah, probably the first among you, probably James, I would guess.
I mean, yeah. You two kind of went to the middle. You went moon side, and I went sun side.
Let me get my stat here.
Totes. Sun side up.
Oh, I have a advantage from Patrick Edge. Thank you, Patrick Edge.
Thanks.
Oh, all right. So a volley of arrows come at you, and that is that is 38 to hit.
Yeah, that's gonna hit.
Okay, and that is going to do.
Nope, missed.
Nah, bro.
You have crazy armor.
He does have crazy.
My AC's only 16. Yeah, it's the abs ain't that strong.
That is 11 points of damage.
Okay.
And that's going to happen 4 times.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
So 44 points of damage.
Hang on.
He's rolling for each volley of arrows.
Got it.
wow.
Yeah. 26, 29, 29. So those all hit, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay. So
that
11
was
points of damage
damage.
4 times.
Okay. So 44 total.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that takes
And-
me down a bit.
Ooh, we got a force of good for Lily. Did I already give you yours? You got it yours, yeah? Okay. Did you read it?
I did. It requires specificity, though, so I'm saving it.
Okay. It is from Nutman.
Nut man.
Nutman.
Good
Thank you so much.
All right. Moon Army is going to continue rushing toward. Who's on this side?
Me.
All right. Let me just write that down. I gotta keep track of all this. So we have
Cloak
Man.
Fahima here, James here, Fissure here, and who's else is on this side?
I don't think I.
Everybody else is in the middle.
And you kind of made a trench close to the middle, right?
This is
Yeah,
the
no,
trench.
I did the trench on the
okay.
dark side.
Got it.
Oh, dark side right here.
Yeah.
Can you pass the vino?
And so
Yes.
we got Sid, Lily, and Ugo all
gracias.
here, right?
Yeah.
I'm in the middle.
Thank
Right.
you.
All right. So this you're in the middle. Okay.
Yeah.
The armies are charging, continuing to charge, and they are well within 100 feet of all of you at this point. And the Sun Dragon is also going to swoop up and around here and try to make a dive at the cathedral.
Nah, ain't happening.
No way.
All right, so we got top of the round. We've got. Oh, sorry, I keep looking at the wrong one. Top of the round is Ugo.
Last time I didn't move much, so I'm still technically back by the cathedral.
Okay.
How far did you move?
I didn't move that far at all because I essentially
He
wanted
stayed-
to create
he-
fortifications for.
He's right
Yeah.
here. He did this fissure.
Which is why I
Concern is
chose
the
you.
dragon.
What's that?
My concern is the dragon.
Oh yeah, totally. And I'm creating a giant ball.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, so then I will augment his ball with fire warden activity.
Okay. So tell me what
Lightning the
attack you're
elements.
doing.
Let's make
So
it.
basically, the idea is
Yeah.
that the attacks can affect each other. So if you're doing an attack, your attack can affect it. Does that make sense? So you have to
Yes.
actually do an action.
Okay.
You can't just say I want to augment
Okay,
it. You have to
so-
do an action,
right.
and that will allow
him.
that will
to-
change his action. So like, let's say that this fire in the center here.
Yeah.
If you did something else to it, it would change it. Does that make sense?
Yes.
I know it's a lot.
It is. So I guess what I'm going to do is. Yeah. Okay. So I just take 2 giant punches. I guess. Near what he's creating? I guess where I'm misunderstanding is, do I have to actually attack something or a thing or a?
Yes, you could attack these balls. He
Okay, that's
hasn't
right.
gone yet. You haven't
Right.
done it yet.
Right.
So you would theoretically
Hold action
Wait,
until that happens.
yeah.
That's what I'll do.
So the idea here is that each of you has an element that you are in command of.
Right,
If you do something to a bad guy,
Yeah.
and it affects them in an elemental way,
Right.
the next element that affects it will change that effect. Does that make sense? So you have to do an attack. That attack
Gotcha.
will leave an elemental effect, and that
Gotcha.
effect will then be augmented.
Understand
Yeah.
now. Understand now. Okay, so then I'm going to hold my action to attack the sun dragon when it comes near me.
Okay.
I'm assuming that it's within.
I mean, it's up here. It's kind of
over in that direction.
swooping around, trying to get to the.
Do you want to move towards it?
Yeah. Problem is, I don't have a whole lot that's away from me, so it's all near me. I will hold. You know what? I'm going to move to Civ's rock monster.
Okay.
And hold an action to attack.
Right.
When there's something within range that I can attack.
Sounds good.
Cool.
All right, we are up to Lily.
Okay, so I'm pumping up my Typhoon Warden. Because I realize that this isn't my, it's still Lily. I feel Lily, right?
You are you. You are you.
Yeah, okay.
It's you're inside this. It's Quantum Leap. I don't know if you ever saw Quantum Leap,
Yeah.
but you're inside this thing,
Great
Okay.
show.
and you're experiencing yourself, but you are living this memory.
So as we were walking, I was like chatting with them, and I was like, "Listen, on Bingle, we curse typhoons, and I just want you to know that's not personal. And I see that you're good, and what you're doing here is good. I believe that in my heart." Okay. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk up to the Sun Army.
Sun Army's here.
Or I'm going to kind of walk up to the middle. They're more
Okay.
closer to them. They're close
Right.
at this point. And I'm going to dehydrate.
Right.
So, just so people know, the Warden draws moisture from every creature in a 30-foot cube centered on a point I choose within 100 feet. So it'll just be kind of right in front of me.
Right.
Each creature must make a Constitution saving throw. Constructs and undead are not affected.
Right.
So I was going to do the sun people.
Okay.
Not sure what the moon
You can do that over
situation
here?
is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not sure what their
it's
dead,
more on this
dead
side?
They might
status
be up
is.
there,
Yeah.
Yes.
And they're not affected. Creature takes 8 d8 necrotic damage on a failed save, or half as much on a successful one.
All right. Roll. We got a 4. So it.
And then I
fails?
get a dampened state.
Yes.
So I dampen and then recharge 4 to 6. So I roll a d6.
But you have to roll the 8d8 first damage.
Oh my gosh.
8d8. Man,
That's what you said, right?
should have brought
Yeah.
more dice.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
prep some dice here.
I'll add it. Go ahead.
Okay. 3, 7,
7.
8.
18.
Natural 8. 6.
24.
4.
28.
Ooh. 1. Because I got a style.
Maybe we
2.
can-
31.
And 4.
35.
Okay, so you place this effect in the center of this onrushing army. You see these glowing, glittering, armored attackers that they have longbows and they're kind of running at you. They just shot a volley of arrows at James, and as they approach into this area of effect, you see them start to wither. And the moisture actually comes up out of their skin, out of their eyes, out of their ends of their fingers, and they start to wither and twist and collapse into dust as the moisture actually is drawn out of them and into you. And you actually gain some mass as you have the water, the moisture from their very bodies in you at your disposal. Okay, so
I need to roll. Can I do recharge, or do I
Sure.
do that on my next turn? So I rolled a 2, so I won't get it.
well, you got advantage from Dice and Capes, so maybe we can roll that
Dice and
D6 again.
Capes.
Why not?
Get it.
Okay, I still got a 2.
Well, we tried. Okay, so now you are dampened states.
You get to retry on your next turn.
Okay.
Oh, but
I also have Warden Strength from Nutman.
Okay.
I don't think it applies yet, but just so you know, my Warden is able to make a grapple with any creature that is automatically successful. So
So you can
Nice.
grapple any creature.
I hope that dragon comes over here.
Yeah. All right, so we're up to Fahima.
Cool. My goal is to get to the dragon. Is that possible? I just dabbed
Which dragon?
the
This one
moon
or this
dragon.
one?
The moon. She's
Moon
she's
dragon.
fighting
Moon
on this
dragon.
side.
Yeah. You could get to it now at this point. Yeah.
Great. So, can I reach it? I only have melee attacks.
What's that again?
I only
Sorry.
have melee attacks. Can I reach it?
Well, yeah, it has flown forward as the armies are attacking. It's coming closer to you, certainly.
Great. I'm gonna use wind power to punch this dragon in the face.
Right.
Okay? All right, so I need.
What's it called?
Gale Force Fist!
Gale Force Fist.
Oh my God.
I mean, come on, we're in an anime right now, guys. Lean into it.
Gale Force Fist.
I see us all charging up for like a good 5 minutes before we actually
This
do it.
is my fantasy Ultraman fight that I wanted to have.
Okay, dragon.
I just keep imagining at the end of Hercules when all the elementals come up from the bottom of the ocean, they're like, whoa, take down, zoom, some tornado. So I need to hit it.
Godzilla King of Monsters currently in theaters.
And it says makes 2 fist attacks, so I guess I'll roll 2 d20s.
Correct.
Plus 13 to hit.
It's being so fast.
You're good. You're good.
Oh, I rolled so bad.
Well, you just got advantage from ammo, Sean.
I don't know why Emma Sean gets
I
sound
was
effects, but he
really-
does.
I tried to do
That was
that.
a 3 and a 4, so against a dragon, I mean plus 13.
You're also a warden.
Yeah. Oh, 1 is a natural 1. And then a 14 plus 13 to hit.
27.
I'm guessing the 3 or 4 plus 13 doesn't make it.
You know, what was the higher roll? I'm sorry.
27.
That is a hit.
Yes! I
So-
get to punch it!
Punch that dragon.
So you run up to this moon dragon as it's flying, and you do this thunderous punch. It is actually fueled by the gust of wind that comes surging from behind you, and you do a massive uppercut, and it clocks this thing in the face. Roll your damage.
48.
I need 2 of those. Thank you. Yeah, 48 plus 7. Oh, yeah.
Nice
That
roll.
made up for it somewhat.
Yeah.
So 16 plus 5 is 21, plus 7 is 28, plus 7.
35.
35.
That was a
Wow.
good punch.
All right. The moon dragon takes it full in the jaw, and you see its long neck kind of go slack for a second, and it comes back around, its wings flapping as it kind of settles. We are up to James. Yes, James.
How close is the line of the army of the Sun Army to me at this point?
There's a whole bunch of them that just got
Yeah.
dehydrated there.
Right.
There are 2 phalanx that are behind those that vaulted arrows at you, or
Right.
actually 4 phalanx. So they're well within your range to get to them.
Okay,
should you
I'm
choose.
going to get up right next to them. So, doom, doom, doom. And then, like the Incredible Hulk, I'm going to use Thunderclap, which means I smack my hands together in front of me to create a burst of thunderous sound, which can be heard 100 feet away. Each creature in a 100-foot line in front of me must make a DC 18 Constitution saving throw.
How on brand for you, Toll the Dead?
I mean, yeah, you know.
Guidance.
On brand. All right.
Guidance.
Thank you.
Constitution saving throw.
Yes.
That's a 17. That's a 10.
Nope.
That's a 5. That's a natural 1.
None of them.
And that's a 12. So
None of them.
there is a massive phalanx of armies. That was 5 of them that I rolled, right?
Yeah.
Are you adding anything?
I added 2 every time.
So 5d6 thunder damage, and they're all pushed back 20 feet.
Okay.
Nice.
Nice. That is not great. 14 points of thunder damage.
All right.
Yeah, and push back 20
Yeah,
feet.
it slows them down.
So you see these groups of troops, and as you clap your hands together, they are thrown back, bodies flying everywhere. Many of them dead. Just a few of them that continue to be on their feet, but there are these huge battalions, of that are just mostly lying on the ground, destroyed by this massive thunderclap.
And I rolled a 6 to recharge, so it does recharge.
Nice.
Great. Okay. So we got lots of decimation. Now we're up to Civ.
I rolled my recharge and I got it, but I'm not going to do the fissure again this turn. I'm going to collect up all the dirt and the rock that's right underneath me, right in front of the temple palace thing.
Yep.
And hoist it up over my head, almost like holding up that statue that's holding up the world.
Atlas.
Was it?
Yeah.
Atlas, thank you. And then I'm just going to hurl it with everything I have up at the dragon.
Okay.
At the sun dragon.
Sun dragon that's over here.
All right. Do you have a specific action that you want to do with that, or are you just gonna do
Boulder
it?
toss.
Boulder toss. See?
You want me to use these names? don't
I
you?
invented them. I spent all day coming up with this stuff.
You
Jeff,
made
question.
these?
When he's doing that,
You're holding
when
your
he's
action.
doing that, can I use a searing punch to punch it faster?
Yeah, you were holding onto your action,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yes. So
Yes.
you do a searing punch.
Yeah.
Yeah. So as you hold up the boulder, Uggo smacks it with his fist, and it ignites in flames. So it becomes effectively a meteor of,
Yes.
of swirling fire and earth.
Hit,
Hit
come
that
on.
thing.
So if this hits,
Yeah.
and Civ, you do have advantage
Oh, good.
from We Burn Daylight.
Hey!
Daylight.
All works. And he's burning daylight.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow. And you're throwing this at the dragon, right?
Oh yeah, big time.
And if this lands, it's an automatic crit.
Oh wow. Okay.
So you're gonna be rolling a lot of dice.
No pressure.
Oh my gosh.
Get it.
I don't know. That's only 17.
DC's 18. Really? Even with advantage?
Yeah.
Okay, so you hoist up this massive boulder. Uggo smacks it with his Inferno flaming fist. It explodes in a fireball of meteor power, and you hurl it. And the dragon, who's flying close to the city, sees it coming, raises one massive wing, and it goes right underneath it, and it lands spectacularly on the ground, doing no damage to anything other than the poor ground.
Daenerys should have been riding that dragon.
Spoiler alert.
All right, so we are back to. Oh no, we got dragons.
Yeah, you got
that dragon now is
Do it
going to
again
turn.
next turn.
yeah.
Do it again.
So that dragon is going to come down and swoop, and he's going to do a bite and claw attack. I have advantage from
one is
Elias 9996.
sun
So the
dragon, I
bite attack is going to go to you, and the claw attack is going to go to you. As he sees that thing, he kind of turns away from the city and comes back and comes at you with a bite and you with a claw.
Great.
So we have got that's 27 for the
hits.
bite and 21 for the. Nope. No. All right. I mean, these are powerful creatures,
He's
so I
like,
would believe
I
it.
made these.
Yeah, I know the AC.
So.
You
oh,
can let
that's-
it fly, though. I should have stuck with it.
oh my gosh. That's only 9 points of damage for the claws.
What type of damage is it?
It is slashing damage.
got it.
And the D10 is.
Do you get resistance to something?
I might have immunities.
Dun, dun,
Do
dun.
I? No.
Never your D10.
But I
Seems
can
to have been
sense
misplaced.
things.
2, 6, 7 is 13 plus 6 is 19 points of piercing damage on the bite.
Okay.
It sees that meteor go by it and it swoops back. It claws at Uggo and bites you in one swift movement. The moon dragon, who has been attacked by Fahima, is also going to do an
Bring it
attack.
on.
It's going to do a tail whip at you. Oh, that's a natural 20.
Oh no.
Oh, I'm really. I should.
I'm just excited. I'm sorry. I'm just excited.
It's me.
No, I'm
I want to
sorry.
confirm that, yeah.
Yeah, I guess
So
so, yeah.
it's going to be
Whose side do you want? Come on.
It's going to be 48 plus 6.
We're all on the
That's 1.
same side.
That's 5, 6,
Sort of.
11. 18 plus 6 is 24. 24 points of damage.
Oh, that's okay. Okay.
So it whips its tail around and slashes at you, and as it kind of completes a 360-degree movement, it's also going to take a claw attack, and that is 23,
Yeah.
and it is 13 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
And
Okay.
the soldiers beneath it are going to they're completely drenched in darkness. They are just absolutely shadows running, but they're coming at you to attack with they're going to kind of swarm at you, climb up your body and try to attack you. They're swarming at your feet. So we're going to see if they can get to you.
Oh boy.
Maybe.
She's into it.
Oh, it's
Another
one.
awesome.
Yeah. Awesome!
Hey, come on.
Oh boy.
like him.
Okay, so these troops, all of them, there are 30, 40 of them. They start climbing up your body and they have you in a grapple. They're climbing up onto your face, kind of climbing over each other onto you, around your arms, kind of constraining you and holding you in place. And the Sun Army is going to shoot another volley of arrows. James, you're still here, right?
Yes,
so you
I am.
haven't moved yet. But they are mostly decimated at
Just
this
laid
point.
him out. Yeah.
Yeah, there's only Well, does a 18 hit you?
Yes.
Okay.
Dang.
That one doesn't.
What happened to your armor?
2 18s. Okay, so
It didn't grow.
that
The
is
Wardens
2
insist that their
volleys.
ads are showing up all the time.
That's right.
So it's only
It looks great.
it's only 10 points of damage.
I have a problem
Yeah.
with these. There is no skill called Abs of Steel.
More planking, bro. More planking.
It's in the past.
Oh, James, missed opportunity.
armies
You should have
throw
spoke
bread
like
at
he
you.
did.
All right, we have done dragons, we have done troops. We are now top of the round. Uggo.
Don't worry about
Okay.
it, bro.
Uggo, you're still here with Civ.
And dragons right there, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yep.
Let's see. I'm going to attempt to. No, I don't have enough of that. A
This-
grapple would
this dragon
require
is right
strength,
in front of you.
Grapple
Sorry.
would require strength.
It would require strength.
Okay, yeah, let's not do that.
Unless you have Lily's magical thing.
I do not have Lily's magical thing,
She could probably
unfortunately.
gift it to you if she wanted to.
Oh.
And then maybe she's gonna use it. I don't know.
Oh,
Are you close to me?
I don't know how that works, but I am close to a dragon that I would like to grapple right now.
Can
I'm
I
gonna
get
leave that up to you. It's your gift that you
You
got.
use it. It's okay if you
From
don't.
the time
I got other
stream.
plans if you don't.
No, I mean, can I sense you? Like warden to warden?
Yeah,
You know.
totally in tune, bro.
Warden to warden?
Fire, water.
Yeah, no, I would actually, because it's going to be hard for me to grapple too much because of the way my attacks are. They don't really make sense.
I just got a force of evil on me. Something I did not anticipate. This is from
brilliant.
Ammo Sean.
More of that.
Ammo Sean. I did not anticipate that happening. I don't know how this is gonna work.
That's what you get for getting those crits.
Yeah, for real.
Have it affect the dragon. Or one of the dragons.
Okay, so
You don't want this to happen. You don't want this to happen, Ammo Sean.
Then that's not a force of evil for you.
I know.
Goes
You don't want
immediately.
this to happen. This is evil.
Do you want-
This is bad.
Can you hold it?
Do you want to see what it is?
You, though.
Yes.
Do you want to see what it is, Ammo Sean? Are you watching? Do you want to see what it is?
this is the meanest I've
Don't
ever
tease us.
seen
Come
Jack.
on. I know.
It's called Eye of the.
Eye of the Behold.
A beholder appears on the battlefield.
Okay. What? That's on our side, right? Because it's an evil for you.
I don't know how to handle this.
That's a beholder on our side.
Yeah, right?
Here's what's going to happen because it's an evil on me.
Yeah.
This
Evil on me.
from the bottom of the hill, you see an eye with 10 tentacled eyes swirling around it. Arise, and it is hideous and massive. And as it comes up from the bottom of the hill, it stops in the air. All of the eyes droop, and it keels over dead.
What?
It was a force of evil on me, so it just died and it used up the card. So I think we're gonna say, because it was a force of evil on me, this evil is not gonna happen to you guys. The beholder appeared, exploded spectacularly, died on the battlefield. You don't have to deal with it.
That's fair.
I think that works,
Does it take
right?
out some of the soldiers back there?
We can have a little of the armies, I
Friendly
think.
beholder.
All right, as it falls
out
and lands, it hits the bottom of the hill and it rolls over a bunch of really sad soldiers who get smacked in the face by eye tentacles, and then they fall down. So we take out
Yeah.
2 garrisons.
Yes.
I'm really glad the
Thank
beholder's
you,
not fighting
Ammo.
us.
Yeah, really.
You guys missed the beholder coming in.
I know.
Thank goodness.
All right.
Thank goodness.
So,
He's Uggo, yeah?
yes, Uggo, you're still your turn.
Okay. Okay, so I feel in my warden self. Lily is gonna check on Uggo, so she turns around, and I'm gonna use this as like my this is like warden version of bardic inspiration. Okay, so I give you warden strength. Yeah, and I go Uggo. Well, he can't hear me though. I can't even tell. Makes me feel good. Yeah.
Got him! I am going to automatically grapple a sun dragon.
Okay.
Yes. Thanks to Nutman. Don't kill it.
Okay.
What are you talking about?
So the sun dragon who just clawed you and bit Civ, you reach up with a massive volcanic hand, grab one of its claws and pull it down, grab the other hand around its neck and sort of pull it into a headlock,
Okay.
and you've got this dragon. It's struggling around you. What would you like to do with it?
Can I immolate?
You may.
All right.
Ooh, that sounds.
So the warden heats the exterior of its body until it burns with a volcanic intensity. Love you, Civ.
No, do damage to me.
But
okay.
any creature within 15 feet of the
Yeah.
warden
Fine.
must make a dexterity saving throw.
Well, it's not my dexterity, it's this guy's, unfortunately. If it was Civ, it'd be a different story.
Yeah.
Dexterity.
Civ, you
saving.
have advantage though from slugs.
Wow, some
Thanks,
slugs,
slugs.
just gave you
Not much better. With my -2, I got a 15.
Okay.
Not enough.
Not enough?
Sorry. Well, you're taking damage. My
I have
dragon
a
needs to do
couple
it too.
of
Whoa,
these?
I'm sorry. What's the save? Is
The
it?
D6.
Oh, how many more?
Which save is dexterity?
Dexterity.
I, yeah, 2 more.
6.
One
So
more,
it does
yeah.
not save either.
I'll just roll it.
So what?
How many?
It is 7d6 fire damage.
76.
7d6.
7d6, not 76.
Not 70. 7d6s.
Yes.
26 fire damage.
All right.
Nope.
Okay.
If it saved the attack and it does not recharge.
All right. So you've got it in this headlock, and your entire body bursts into flames, searing the dragon, and heat billows off you, and you can feel it. It actually singes you. You feel the pain that he did. So that is up to Lily.
Okay. So I'm now in a dampened state.
Yes, you are.
And I will. So is anyone near me?
You're about here. Fahima's kind of up here at this point. James is in this area
He's
here.
in mine, but that's where I dampened
Ugo
is
and
that square.
and Siva right
Yes.
there.
So I dampened that square. So I'm gonna do. The armies are right here approaching.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do a melee storm. If the warden has a dampened state, is able to produce a 15-foot deep mass of swirling water in a 30-foot radius on a point it can see within 100 feet. Any creature that starts its turn there must succeed on a strength saving throw or take 6d6 bludgeoning damage and be pulled 10 feet towards the center. So
Right.
basically that creates like a whirlpool
Nice.
Yeah.
right there.
The Sun Army's pretty beaten up. I mean,
Yeah,
if
so
you
I'm
wanna-
gonna go, since I'm still standing over there, yeah, I'm gonna create like a
Maelstrom. Yes. So the water that you had absorbed from the Sun Army, you've got inside you, and it comes jettisoning out into a massive pool of swirling water. So there's several armies there, and I'm sorry, what was the save that they need to do? Strength, right? Strength?
I'm sorry.
Strength, right?
Strength saving, yes.
Yeah. So we have 11, 18, 15. We're going to say there's 3 battalions there. Did they save? What was the-
highest? Got an 18. It should say the DC 18, or it should say the DC saving.
Strength, DC?
66. I don't see the savings.
Did I leave it out? Probably
This
18.
Maelstrom.
Yeah.
Yeah, it actually doesn't say.
Oh, my bad. It would be 18, or
Yeah, I mean the others I'm
the others
seeing
are 18, right? Yeah. So only one of them saves. The other 2 armies are pulled into this swirling vortex of water, and they take so much damage. You see them drowning, and it's 15 feet of water. These dark bodies are kind of going underneath the water and disappearing in this swirling
Great.
whirlwind of water.
My grandma always says an aquatic death is a noble one.
I love it.
So
And
it's an interesting.
Fahima, you're next.
so recharge.
Yep.
What she said to the surfers who died off the shores of Bengal.
Got it.
Recharge. Nope, 1. And so for the dehydrate, do I keep rolling the recharge every turn? Or do I have
You can, yeah. Every turn you get another chance to recharge.
Okay, so I'm gonna do that
It hasn't
one.
recharged yet.
And you have advantage actually from slugs. Slugs.
Slugs. Okay, so I'm gonna try and. Oh my gosh.
Man.
No.
All right.
No
That's okay.
recharging for you.
I just really like rolling 2s right now, and it's my
All the
thing.
rage.
Okay.
Jessica, you're up.
So I got a bunch of army people on me.
Yes, you do.
Okay.
There are swarms of, in fact, it's really close to where this water opened up. You were sort of standing right here, and there's swirling water. Some of the armies that were approaching you are now, you know, drowning in.
Swirly, yes. And I'm gonna start conjuring
Warden just
Eye of the Tornado. And I want to try to use that whirlpool with
Okay.
if that's possible.
That's amazing.
Great.
This is what I wanted. So, Eye of the Tornado does what?
Our powers combined.
That's exactly what was in my head, man.
Conjure
Get out
the power
of
of a tornado, causing a whirlwind to form around it. Any creature in my space must make a DC 18 strength saving throw.
That's a 7. That's a 5. That's a natural 20.
Are you rolling for the dragon?
I'm rolling for the people that are on you.
The dragon's also in my space, yeah, since I punched it?
Yeah, he's within 15 feet, certainly. Yeah, let's roll for
Would
the
it
dragon.
affect everyone? I guess you're the...
It would.
you're
Any creature,
over
right?
that.
Any creature.
Yeah,
Awesome.
in my space.
So
space.
and that is a, you said that was a strength check?
Yeah.
DC 18.
No. 13.
So one of the battalions saved, but the others didn't.
Yeah.
Right.
Nice.
So you got 8D.
So what happens is you have
it's
this
crit.
cyclone of
yeah.
swirling air around you that spins and sucks up some of this water. And many of the troops that are attacking get swirled and tossed and thrown about, the water drowning them in the air as they're flying and corpses flinging everywhere. This battlefield is just littered with bodies, dark ones here, light ones there. And the dragon itself is now kind of in that swirl, its wings flopping, and it's unable to control itself. What's the damage?
If you're allowing me to use my...
It's a crit.
Yeah, crit. So that's just like the full or it's double?
Double dice, and then whatever the add is.
16d8, and you've got 2 d8s there too, right?
So, oh my God, this is
So
the
roll that.
best. I love
If you
Dungeons
like
and Dragons.
rolling dice, I'm here to give you dice to roll.
I'm not sure I've ever rolled 16D ever.
So, okay,
that
so rolling
twice.
this
Everything.
twice,
Yeah.
or I'm not doubling this initial roll.
What do you mean initial roll?
For the
makes
crit,
it-
if you
the
just want
crit?
to, she's got 8d8 in her hands. Just
yeah,
roll that twice.
you can roll it twice if you want, or you can just double that. Whatever. I mean, it's probably easier to just double it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right, so it's okay. Oh, is that a 7? Okay. So 10 plus 14 is 24, 25, 26, 30, 36.
36 points of damage.
Plus 7. Plus 7.
Right, with 36,
adding.
which is 72 plus 7, so 79 points of damage.
Nice.
Massive. So the dragon is getting pummeled with high winds that are
Thank you.
actually turning the water into ice. The air has swirled it and brought it up to such a high velocity that it's getting so cold it's turning into ice shards that are kind of smacking into the dragon's face. You see it pummeled, and its body got ice shards sticking out of everywhere. Some of them going through the thin parts of its wings, and it is very hurt. What? I'm sorry, it was 79.
79.
Woo!
Good.
gosh.
72 plus 7.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
nicely
make
done.
really nice eye contact with Lily. We made this happen.
Ooh.
Can I make my warden wink?
Yeah. You like hit the little wink lever in its brain.
Wink.
So we are up to James.
What's left of the Sun Army?
There's not much. There you have pushed a large amount of them back. There's still a couple. There are 2 phalanxes of the Sun Army, but both of them are not full.
Okay.
The Moon Army is in a similarly destroyed state, but both dragons are still up.
Is what's left are the 2 factions or whatever of the Sun Army within 120 feet? So I wanna
No, they're a bit farther back. You'd probably have to move forward to get to them.
Yeah, okay, so I'm going to get as close to them as I can, so move my full speed of 120 feet.
Okay.
How far away from them roughly?
I'd say you're within 100 feet of them easily.
Okay, well,
that
it did
point.
recharge. I guess I'll do it again. So Thunderclap. Each creature, so boom, worked last time. Each creature in a 100-foot line in front of me must make a DC 18 con saving throw.
All right. Ooh. 18.
Yep.
and then a 6.
Okay, so one fails and one succeeds.
Yep.
Do they take half damage on a successful?
Only if it says so.
It says no. On a failed save, creature takes 5d6 thunder damage and is pushed 20 feet back.
Okay.
So that's to one of the groups, but not the other.
Correct.
Yes. Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. The dragon and everyone gets pushed 80 feet in a random direction away from me.
Whoa.
From that too.
Yeah, so that's why the bodies were being flung all over the place.
Okay.
They take fall damage, and you've killed several phalanxes of, at least, I think there was 2 that we rolled.
Okay.
Yeah, bodies flying everywhere.
19 points of thunder damage.
Woo!
And pushed 20 feet back.
Okay, so that
Nice.
phalanx is completely obliterated. You see body parts. As you clap your hands, this wave of sound pushes through them, flinging them back. It actually, some of them, it hits them with such force that their bodies are just disintegrated by the sound in real time. Just, as it ripples through these, dozens of troops. One of the group seems to see it go by, and it doesn't affect them, but they see, their compatriots just utterly decimated as the thunderclap ripples through them. That leads us to Civ.
So he's holding on to the golden dragon, and I'm taking this heat damage, but I think it's the perfect opportunity to essentially gang up on the gold dragon.
Okay.
So I'm going to turn my fists into fists of stone.
Yep.
And then I'm just going to start punching this thing while he's holding it.
Great.
So if he's got it around the neck, then I'll be punching it in the kidneys.
Yep.
If he's got it around the waist, then I'll punch it in the head.
Where's a dragon's kidneys? Civ, you have advantage from Ammo Sean.
I don't know about you guys, but I got immigrant song going on in my head.
Yeah, this is a massive battle. This is the end of the war of ideas that you guys are living through. You would have advantage anyway because he's in a grapple.
Right. Well, I'm rolling 2 attacks too. So the first one was a 30.
that hits.
And the second one was a 26.
Also hits.
Okay. So do I get to crit?
Auto crit.
You did not. Your elements did not combine, right?
Okay.
So yeah.
I didn't know. Okay. So I need to roll these.
Yeah.
Okay. Can I borrow a D8 from you?
Yeah, grab it.
Okay.
So his punches don't count as elements.
They
I
do,
immolated
but
it.
you immolated it.
It's fire. It's burning her.
I think that you would need to have. If you can creatively tell me how that combined and what it did, then I will.
Well,
consider it.
if there's a specific
So if
part
it's-
of the dragon that's being heated up, I could punch it in the heated up portion of it.
Thawed.
Yeah, you're like making a delicious dragon stew now.
Tenderizing.
Yeah. I'm not going to say that crits.
Okay, fine.
Sorry.
It's fine. I'm still going to do a fair amount of damage to it. 9, 10, 11, 12.
I like being a yes DM,
But
That's
it's
not
got to
every
be
time.
compelling.
yeah.
I can understand.
Now you're just literally holding the dragon in a full Nelson, and Sip is just.
Yeah, his massive fists are just encased in rock and stone, and they've added the density of stone, and he just goes.
I still did 55 points of damage.
That's a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage.
Gosh.
Get him in the body.
Yeah.
Hold him still. Get him, Sam. Get him.
This is a lot more math than I thought. All right, that was awesome. And so now we are up to, we just got Civ, so we're top of the round. So the dragon is going to attempt to get out of its grapple.
It probably succeeds. I'm a giant warden, but I have the human strength, so.
Oh, it was on a 20 and it rolled off.
Oh, wow.
That is 16. So you got a
14.
So it's being punched by these massive stone fists. You got it in a headlock, but it expands its wings and pushes you off, and
Do we
blows.
get attacks of opportunity?
No, I mean it hasn't moved anywhere.
okay.
It's just pushing you
It just
back.
broke the grapple.
Yeah, and it is. You both have been sort of pushed back away from it.
Got
And it is going to turn and exhaust a blast of searing hot light at you.
Ouch.
90-foot cone.
Breath weapon
DC 22 Dex save.
to both of them.
Yep.
Ouch.
Oh, Elgo, you have advantage
Cool, I'll
from
take it.
a Measy Meek.
Thank you, Measy Meek.
No, I'm taking it. Taking the damage.
Taking the damage? I have some D6s.
You knew this was happening and you didn't bring extra
I should
dice?
have brought extra
Ugo
dice.
succeeded.
I'm going to go get extra dice. I'll be right back.
Here, I got you.
Thank you.
How many?
25.
Okay, yeah, that succeeds.
So half damage, I'm guessing?
No, this is good.
Is it half damage?
It is...
On a fail, I mean?
Normally with a dragon.
Yeah.
Creature.
It was dex save.
Saving throw. No. Creature can repeat the saving throw at the end of each of its turns, ending the effect on a success. No, you're taking 42 points of damage.
That's
What type?
Civ.
Yeah, it
Civ
is
failed. Ugo succeeded.
fire damage.
Okay. And you will take that again at the beginning of every turn if he doesn't make
How much?
I take none.
41.
I take none.
42.
You take none.
42.
Okay, cool.
You said 42?
It doesn't say.
Maybe because it's a double thing, it doesn't
Yeah.
get the half damage on a failed save. Usually dexterity saves, you get half damage.
It doesn't say. Dragon exhales a blast of searing hot light in a 90-foot cone. Each creature in that area must make a dexterity 22 dexterity saving throw or take damage at the beginning of each of its turns. Creature can repeat the saving throw at the end of each of its turns.
Okay, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, okay.
That's nasty.
That's
So you will
Ramp it up.
you will take that if you end your turn in this cone of light. It has turned and blown what is basically searing sunlight at you
great.
in a 90-foot cone,
gotta
and
get out of
you got
42 points of damage.
Yep, got it.
Yep.
All right. I knew you were going to need that bag today. I just didn't want to tell you. And that is the Sun Dragon, the Moon Dragon, who has just gotten a lot of damage on it.
Yeah, how hurt is it?
It is very
exactly?
hurt. It is very hurt.
Okay.
And you just blew it wildly. You just blew it. You blew it. You just made it spin wildly in the air, its wings flapping out of control.
Fall into my whirlpool.
Well, it did. I mean, the air combined with the water, and it
did.
turned it to ice, and it shattered all around the Moon Dragon. So it is going to attempt to fly back. Where's Lily? Lily is back here still, right?
Yeah, I've kind of been like,
I think it's going to still attack Fahima. So we are going to attempt a multi-attack, where it is going to come at you with a bite. That is a 19 to hit.
Uh-huh.
And it is also going to come at you with claws, and that is probably a hit as well. Yeah.
bite and a claws.
28.
Multi.
And so that
That
is going to
hits.
be 2d10, 7, 8 is
Tell it no.
13,
No. No.
15.
Try and top
15
punch.
plus
Try and
6
beat it a crit.
is 21.
21?
Yeah, and that's
Are you
just
adding
for the
more?
claws. The,
Yep.
oh no, I'm sorry, that's for the bite.
Oh,
the
wait.
claws are.
Don't you dare sing while you're doing it.
13 points of damage.
Ooh, gotta kill
And that's
you.
So it's 34. That's 207 minus 34.
173.
Wow, you're good.
There are very few troops left at this point.
Great.
They are standing put. The Sun troops are going to try another volley at James because he's
What's
attacked
left
them.
of
The
them?
one phalanx, which is already very decimated. That is an 18 to hit.
That hits.
Okay, and they are going to do. 4, it is only 6 points of damage.
Okay.
So some arrows come and hit smack into your leg. Most of them miss. You're not taking much damage from this really skeleton crew at this point of,
Right.
of soldiers. And we are up to Ugo.
Ugo is going to explosion.
You have advantage from slugs.
Oh, thank you
Yay.
again, Slugs.
Fuck.
Appreciate you very much. The Warden causes the air in a 30-foot cube within 80 feet of it to combust in a fiery explosion. Creatures within the cube must make a dexterity saving throw, catching fire and taking 66 fire damage on a failed save, or half as much on a successful one. Until a creature takes an action to douse the fire, The creature that caught fire takes 2d20 fire damage at the start of each of its turns.
2d20?
2d20, yep. So I'm going to, I assume I'm very skilled at this thing, and going to put it right so it only hits the dragon.
Okay.
Yeah, girl, you're a warden.
I'm going to do it, girls.
Do it.
Grills. I'm going to do it, Grills. Okay, what? Okay. Actually, it's not me. It's you.
Yeah,
Oh, I
it's
do
a
that.
saving throw. DC save.
I got so excited about rolling my...
Rolling
Was it
your-
good?
and it's Dex?
Yes.
Yes, dexterity saving throw.
5.
Yeah, it fails. So it takes 6d6 fire damage?
I actually have disadvantage, but I already lost. Yeah, somebody gave me disadvantage.
He has the
They don't
rest of
like that I'm throwing dragons at you guys, I guess.
Can I have 2 of your d6?
Branded nerd.
My buddy, branded nerd.
Okay, so you're doing this where at the fire dragon?
Yep.
The sun dragon?
Yep.
Yeah.
Is that a 2?
That's a 2.
Okay. 19 fire damage.
All right.
It's a 90-foot cone, and it's fire damage in the cone, right? If I stay in the cone.
Yes.
Okay. I stand there and go.
You are an Inferno
I'm an
Warden.
Inferno Warden, and I don't care about fire.
All right, next up is Lily.
Fire sale, everybody! Fire sale.
Is that how
I'm
your
gonna
warden talks?
roll to recharge my dampened state and my
Alright.
whirlpool at the top here.
Amoshan gave you an advantage on that. He really wants you to recharge.
Please. Me too, Emotion. Okay, I got a 1.
You can roll again.
Roll a different dice.
Roll in the
a different
box.
Oh, I got it.
Roll in the box.
Wow.
Roll in the
It's
box.
just a D6.
Roll in the box. I know it's so scary
just
in the
a
box
D6.
because I haven't been
I
doing
know.
well.
My immolation did not recharge, and neither did the explosion.
All right.
That's
One.
another one.
Wow, you really need a new
So
D6.
I don't redampen.
Dice jail.
Okay, different dice. And a 2. So neither of
goodness.
those worked.
Sorry, Amoshan. Nice try, though.
Lily doesn't like being big.
It's weird.
Thank you, Emotion. I appreciate it. Okay, so I guess I'm gonna have to re-dampen because all of my attacks.
I mean, you can still punch without being dampened. That just gives you an added effect.
Okay.
But-
What's near me? Is there anything near me?
The moon dragon is near you. It just bit and clawed Fahima here.
Is it down at a point where I could punch it?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna geyser punch it. I see it attacking Fahima, and I will go over there and raise my giant fist, and within 15 feet of it,
Yep.
and just send a huge geyser punch to its face.
You can actually do 2 of those.
Okay.
Yeah.
Double geyser punch to its face.
Double geyser punch! It's an anime, y'all. We're doing it.
Do I yell that?
I wish you would.
Okay. Well, I don't know if every time we try and talk, then they're like, oh.
I'm just saying for me, not for the.
Okay.
Right.
Double
Not for the
geyser
RP.
punch. Okay. Lily inside is doing this.
Yeah. This is Pacific Rim, you know what I'm talking about?
Double geyser punch. Okay. I got you, Fahima. So,
Roll 2 attacks.
would hit 15 feet. Okay. So, boop. 8
Plus whatever.
Plus 12.
plus, what is it?
12.
Geyser punch.
Oh, thank you, plus 12. Okay, so
20.
20
That hits.
Nice.
and 4. Good
16.
Lord.
That misses.
16. Okay.
So you land one of them.
Okay, so double geyser punch turns into single geyser.
Well, you do this huge roundhouse swing that clocks it, and then you try to follow it up with a second swing, and that one just ricochets off its scales.
It kind of hurts my back a little, actually.
You're
Miss
full of
it,
muscle.
yeah.
This is the moon dragon.
So you're gonna roll your damage, right?
Yeah. So 3 d8 plus 6. So many d8s. 5. Oh,
That's a D10.
that's cheating. 5. A 5. And a 1.
Plus what?
So 11 plus 6. So 17.
Sweet.
Nice. It is very badly injured, this thing.
You have punched it, bare-fisted basically. You come up to this thing that just got flipped and flopped in the air, pummeled with shards of ice and wind, and you just clock it right in the little dragon jaw. And you see teeth. Its wings flutter kind of slightly as it almost loses consciousness, and it turns around back at you. It is very badly injured. We are up to Fahima.
Sorry.
What color is this dragon?
It is silver and bluish, like the moon.
Okay. Well, I've been holding on to this force of good for a long time. And I'm going to use it. So I'm going to walk up to the dragon, and I would say grab it, but I don't think it's gonna let me. And I'm gonna look at it, and I'm gonna say, it doesn't have to end like this. And I'm going to heal it, actually. My next attack transforms into a heal, so I still punch it with my Gale Force fists, but
Punch
then
it with love.
Punch it with love.
I have to hit it. I have to do something.
Well, you can. So, okay. I'm just saying you could hit a friendly. You know what I'm saying? You could
Can I,
use your
like,
attack.
Squeeze it. I don't know.
You could hit. You could. The intent. The idea behind that card is that you would. It turns your attack into a heal. So instead of hitting an
okay.
enemy, you could hit a friend, and it heals them instead of hurting them.
Mm-hmm.
You're more than welcome to heal the dragon if that's what you choose to do.
Bold move.
Well, let's see. How many creatures has she tried to feed?
I know. It is kind of on brand for Fahima.
It's
You're more than welcome to do it. I'm just saying that the spirit of the card was turning an attack into a heal.
yeah. It was taken into consideration.
Great. Okay. No, I just want to make sure we're aware.
But I feel badly for this dragon, and I know that dragons are highly intelligent, and it's probably doing its own bidding. But I still think it's worth
A shot.
a shot. And I don't know the specific part of the story that my dad told me. I don't know if the moon dragon. I don't know what side it ended up on. So I'm gonna
Okay. So roll.
heal it if I can. Might
Right.
miss.
Yeah, it might still try
You
to,
have advantage
you might still try to
from
avoid the attacks.
Dice and capes.
Okay, so
boy.
first hit
Dyson Capes didn't know what they were getting into.
is 12 plus 13.
25.
that hits.
Second is shoot. Good thing. Thank you for the advantage. I'm rolling so poorly.
Reach.
17 plus 13.
30.
30.
That hits too.
Great.
So you're doing a multi attack.
Yep. I'm. Well,
Alright.
so am I still punching it? We didn't really cover that since it's my enemy.
You punch it,
I am
but it
punching
heals it,
Okay.
miraculously.
Okay.
So
Okay.
the first
It's
one.
a heal punch.
Yeah.
Well, here. Okay.
What?
Is both of her punches going to count as heals, or only the first one?
What does the
Because
card
then-
say?
It just says
Just
her next
perform
attack.
your attack and
So-
roll damage as normal.
I would say that the first of the two attacks then.
Then maybe
So you don't
should
have to do a
hold the
multi attack.
second
You can
punch.
just do a single
Oh,
punch.
then I'll do the single punch.
Okay. So the first punch, how much
Can I
damage does
roll
it do?
two d8s.
I have all
I got it.
Thank
I have all
Thanks,
these
boys.
dice.
I have all the dice. They are all here. That's what happens when you get cursed dice. Then you just go out and buy
So many dice.
ridiculous amounts.
Well, I apparently need some new
18.
D6s.
18.
18.
So it heals for 18. So it was doing badly. Lily just punched it, and it lost teeth. It kind of cringed and fluttered and almost lost consciousness. And Fahima, you come up to it, and you kind of put a fist into its gut, and you see it regain some health and vitality, and it looks at you strangely and billows its wings out.
And I'm gonna give Lily a look like, I'm sorry.
Lily's gonna give you a look like a confused dog.
All right. So that was interesting. James, I love that. That was awesome. That was cool.
I'm gonna charge up on the final phalanx of the Sun Army.
Yep.
And shock fist, melee weapon attack. I'll take one because if I can hit them and then use the rest of my movement to start digging into the other side, I will.
James, you have advantage from R. Lopez 465.
Thanks, Lopez. Yeah, that's a nat 19, so that's 31 to hit.
Oh, that hits.
Let's see, 4d8
Hits.
plus 6.
Really, really fast.
Yikes. That's 15 points of lightning damage to that phalanx.
Okay, so it obliterates them as you
Great.
punch into this group. It's a not very many fighters left. This army has been depleted. You guys have just absolutely obliterated them. Thunderclaps have torn through them, but this group that survived it sees you come with a fist of electricity and smack into them. It hits a few, but more importantly, the electricity swirling around your hand surges through many of them, and they all fry and fall, husks of dead creatures.
James isn't even paying attention. He's turning then, and with because I have one more attack, one more fist to kind of start flanking the moon army.
Okay.
And basically turning to my right and just throwing a fist into them from the side.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you kind of cross this partition line
Yes.
into night.
Yes.
And you throw another fist at that army.
Yeah. Nat 20.
All right. So yeah, you don't even have to roll damage. You kind of as you punch and electrify an entire phalanx of radiant soldiers, you continue on, and the same fist, still swirling with electrical energy, comes up and down on 2 of the remaining moon armies.
Yeah.
Exploding on the ground, erupting in a massive sparks and electricity, and they're all. You hear bones snap and break. You hear pop and cracks as life escapes them. They're dozens, 20, 30 of them fall dead as you sweep through with your fist.
I think James has probably figured out that this is a historical battle. Do I know how it ends?
I don't think any of us do right now.
Okay.
Well, we know the Wardens won in the end.
Do we?
Not sure. Yeah. No. Yeah. I guess.
I thought so.
I guess. What is the history? Do I know the history of this battle? I'm not saying it's not into question right now.
You do not.
Okay.
You do not. As I said, much of the knowledge of this time is lost, and that's.
Yeah. Oh, right.
Seeing it firsthand is an important moment for you.
Right.
So Civ, you're up.
Okay, so around me, I know he's still burning and on fire and what have you. Around me, is there either like a big chunk of wall or like a rooftop or something like a large stone object or?
I mean, you can reach out and grab the part of the cathedral if you want. You can grab the
damage
ground.
the cathedral.
That's up to you.
Okay, well then, what I'll do is I'll just take a big swath of earth and rock, pack it. Can I heat it in his fire and then throw it, even if it does damage to my hand?
What fire is he currently?
He's got that cone working.
Well, I don't have the cone.
No, it's the dragon has it.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, okay.
I had an explosion, but that.
Yeah, but that
Oh,
is.
but that just went
happens,
off and then
yeah.
went away. Oh, okay. Well, then I'm just gonna.
Well,
do,
she's on fire with it. Because she's
Yeah.
not had action yet to.
How far
to
away
douse
is the
it.
dragon from us at this point?
It's in melee range because you guys have been having a melee fight with it.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay. Well, then forget everything I just said. I'm just gonna jump on this thing and start hammering on it some more.
Love it.
I don't know why I tried to get.
Are you going to try to grapple it, or are you just going to try to like leap and punch? Sort of like
how
one of those.
badly-
What do
how
they call it?
badly
Superman
wounded?
punch.
How badly wounded is it?
The sun one is not nearly as badly wounded as the moon one, but it
Then
has
I-
been hurt.
Then can I don't know if this counts as 2 attacks, but can I grapple it and punch it at the same time?
I mean, you'd have to do the grapple as an action, and
Right.
then you would punch. But the multi attack allows you to do 2 punches.
Right,
So
but
that
not
would be an
2
action.
Right. Okay,
Yeah.
but not 2 attacks.
Not two actions.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to return the favor that Uggo did for me. So I'm gonna grapple this thing and try to pin it down.
Okay.
I'm pretty strong, so.
Let's do a strength check on the
Yeah, you
sun
are.
dragon.
Oh, natural 20.
Whoa.
Oh.
You can roll if you want. You never know.
Natural 1.
Oh, that's my kind of roll.
All right. So, as you reach out and to grab the dragon, you actually reach through into its mouth.
Nice.
Okay, and it bites down on your hand, and you're gonna take.
Oh no, that's not the right dice.
You're gonna take 24 points of damage.
Awesome.
And it clamps down on your hand and flings you, and you kind of spin sideways and move out of melee range of it.
Oh, it's gonna fling me that far?
No, it's not going to fling you,
okay.
but it kind of just twists you so that you're not able to engage with it right
ways
in a
away.
second.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's the top of the round. So now you see something as the crowds have sort of been watching this. This is an open air thing. This was an open arch as you walked through. You see the armies that had attempted to run out. They're all staying and staying back and watching the wardens defend them. You hear screams and cheers from inside as this whole thing has been going on. You've been hearing the people inside the cathedral, even the people of the city beyond it, reacting. You hear, it's been war, right? It's been this massive alarm that has happened, and through the arch at this point you see Lord Ereban walk out, and he's wearing the amulet around his neck. And he grabs it and holds it up in the air like this and starts shouting. Ah! And you see the eye open and start to flash, and the dragon, the sun dragon, who is right here, who just tossed you off with its mouth, turns its wings around and looks back at him and flies down a charge at Ereban. And Ereban is like, ah! His tentacles fluttering, his high neck in the wind from the dragon's wings, and the dragon swoops down and snatches the amulet out of his hand. And
Sorry, it was in melee range with me, the dragon. If it's not just disengaging, do I get an attack of opportunity?
it is leaving your general vicinity. Okay. So yeah, you get an attack of opportunity.
Sorry to interrupt that.
That's all right. I think that's valid.
20?
Yeah, that hits.
20?
Girl, you know.
Can I sneeze? Oh my gosh, yes. You may. I don't know why I said oh my gosh like that. Oh my gosh, yes. What did my dice do? I want to see. Poorly. I'm sorry.
It takes 16 fire damage.
Okay. So as it's swooping past you and away from you, you take a big swipe at its tail, and you smack it, and you see a gash erupt in its tail as it goes by. And it doesn't seem to notice that, though.
Okay.
It continues, and it snatches the amulet out of the hand of Lord Ereban and starts flying higher and higher and higher with it in its claws as it's getting higher and higher above the city. And it has another breath attack down across the city.
Oh.
And, well, let's see. The city rolled a 20 as it's saved.
Just dodge?
That's pretty amazing.
The
Yeah.
city jumps out of the way.
Here's what's gonna happen is as the sun dragon flies above them and starts billowing back and concentrating, and its breast focuses in a beam of sunlight, that cathedral roof closes. And the sunlight reflects off of that brilliant chromatic reflective surface and bounces up into the sky, and you see this amazing ray of sunshine kind of bounce off of it and reflect up into the sky, harmless, not affecting the cathedral and the people inside it. And the moon dragon is going to attempt to attack. It is very, very badly injured.
Is the sun dragon's taken off?
It's taken off.
How high is it?
Huh?
How high?
Right now, I mean, its speed is 80 feet. So
Okay,
let's say 80 feet up.
Cool, great.
And the moon.
Also, if it didn't take an action to remove the fire, it takes 2d20.
Oh, wow. Yeah, okay.
Yep.
So that's 10.
You want to roll that or me?
Oh, you can roll it.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so the moon dragon is going to attempt two attacks. One is We're still engaged with Fahima. So it's going to take one's going to be 14.
It takes 21 fire damage.
Okay.
Wait, 14 to hit?
To hit.
Oh, yay, it doesn't hit.
Miss.
But I'm also pissed.
Okay.
Just wanted to say.
I just wanted to say it. And then the other one is a 26 to
Yep,
hit.
that hits.
So that one is only. It's only 13 points of damage, slashing damage. He said easily. But it is, again, very, you see it, it's sort of bleeding. It's still got some ice shards sticking out of it. There's a hole in one of its wings. It's very badly, its entire army has been decimated behind it. And we are at the top of the round, and that is Uggo.
Explosion recharged. So, 80 feet up.
Yep.
Dexterity saving throw.
All right, let's see what we got. 21.
Oh. Well, takes half.
You didn't even want my
27.
d12s.
Half,
That's half of 27?
Half of 27.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, 13. So as it flies up, you create this explosion that happens just off center, and it reels from it, but it's still flapping its wings. It didn't quite land the way you were hoping it would. That is, we're up to Lily.
Okay.
You're engaged over here with the Moondragon.
And is it still within punching range of me?
Yes.
Or is it up? Okay.
No, it tried to claw and bite Fahima.
I'm
there
going to
also an
attempt
army?
to recharge
The
my
armies have been
things.
destroyed by James.
Is there anything left of the Darkness Army? Or?
No.
Okay.
I get to
I
rehydrate.
critted on those.
Yeah, you critted.
Yay!
Awesome.
I finally get to rehydrate.
Explosion recharge.
So-
And that re-whirlpools. Huh? Because those both recharge.
Okay, you're gonna do that directly under the Moondragon?
Yeah.
Okay, so.
I rehydrate and then that.
Oh, you recharged both of those?
Yeah, I recharged both of
Okay,
those.
so which of them do you want to do?
So yeah, you have to
Oh, okay.
recast it.
I'm gonna do.
You can.
But I can't. Can I do this if I'm not in a dampened state? I guess.
No, you would have to rehydrate first. You would have to suck the water out of something and then have the water to deposit it somewhere.
Okay, so I guess I'll rehydrate then. That's kind of my. Or
so
I
you
can
would
punch.
You would dehydrate or you could punch. Correct.
Should finish it.
Um.
The armies are gone.
Okay. So I'm not in a dampened state, so I don't get the bonus action with the punch. Got it.
The bonus action would be depositing the water.
Right,
And you
which
still
I
can do
don't
multiple
have.
punches. Right.
So yeah, I guess I'll just geyser punch it. Sorry.
Okay.
Geyser punch.
All right.
Double geyser punch. That Moondragon.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Roll them attacks.
roll. Okay, I rolled a 3, so that's not
Miss.
gonna hit. Yeah.
Do you get 2? Multi-attack.
Oh yeah. Okay. And a 16.
All right.
So that'll hit.
Yes.
Yeah.
So how much damage does it do?
This is plus 11, right?
Plus 12. Yeah. So the 3d8 plus 6. Where's my D8? So 8,
Nice.
7,
Nice.
8.
Whoa!
Wow.
23 plus 8?
Plus 6.
29.
All right, so you run up to it, this Moondragon that has just been healed, actually, and you take a couple of massive swings at it. Pow! Pow! And it goes pooah, pooah. And then you see its wings go slack, and its body crumples, and it falls on the ground.
No!
With that, the Moondragon is defeated. The Sun
Can I
Dragon.
reach down and close its eyes?
The Sun Dragon continues to fly up, and you hear cheers erupt from the people sort of standing. There's people standing in this archway, like scared, terrified, looking at. You see some of your relative or the relatives of the people you were inside, cheering and happy as this battle seems to have ended. And you see Lord Ereban in front of them, having lost the amulet, and you see what he was trying to do. And he turns, he lowers his arm and he turns back down the archway, and he looks ahead, and his tentacles start moving. And you see from behind him intellect devourers appear. Dozens of them. They're little brains with feet, like spiders attached to brains. And it seems that he was conjuring them, bringing them forth to do his bidding. And as they come out, the 5 of you walk sort of back to the entrance of the cathedral, and dozens of intellect devourers come out and crawl up your body onto your neck and face and head. You're covered with them. It's as if you're covered with spiders, but they have brains on them. And they start pulsing on your face and on your head. And you sort of feel everything that you were go away. And you pass out. And everything goes white again. And the next thing you know, all 5 of you are yourselves, your bodies that you would expect to see, laying in cots outside, but there are tents, and you look up and you see Torvald the Timid looking down at you. He says, oh, you're alive, you're awake. Diptha, quickly, quickly. And this blue woman with bald hair, bald head comes running up to you. And you look over and you see the body of the Storm Warden still laying there.
Any orcs? I'm looking for orcs.
No orcs.
I'm so pleased you're all right. I've been worried sick. What happened?
How long has it been?
It's been a week.
What? What?
You all, there was an explosion of electrical energy, and the 5 of you were held, hovering above the ground in an electric stasis. Bolts of electrical energy ricocheted here and there, destroying the orc camp. I hid and protected Diptha best I could, and we waited it out, but I did not know if you were alive or dead. For days we have been standing here, attending, hoping. I contacted the natural order. We have tried to access your consciousness to understand if you were even alive. I'm so pleased that all of you are still here. At a certain point, the electrical energy dissipated and you all collapsed to the ground. I have moved you with the help of Diptha to these cots. Are you all right?
I'm gonna look myself up and down. Is there anything that's changed whatsoever?
No, you seem to be your old Civ self.
So there's no like weird markings. We're not like scaled. There's no
feeling of electricity in my hands anymore or anything like that.
Where's Meep?
I believe Diptha has been taking care of her.
And you see Diptha run in and Meep is on her shoulder and she takes off and flutters over to you.
I believe there's actually another creature that has been here. It came out of the woods. It seems to have been standing by your side the entire time.
And you see this little pink thing with little wings, this little pig come up, and it nuzzles up next to.
It has been attending here this week. Diptha seems to have communion with these creatures. They are drawn to her, but this one seems to have been drawn to Lily.
Hamlet.
Well, it seems to know you, and
It is so very happy to see you. Its wings are kind of fluttering.
What happened? There seemed to be some connection with you and the Warden.
Exactly.
I can try to sum it up.
Please.
Song?
Okay.
Oh,
Not my first instinct, but
that will make that'll make my entire week.
Well, I don't have a flute anymore, so it might be a bit rough.
I'm sure your voice will do fine.
So, basically, this is what happened. Wardens protecting us all in the sky. Once noble war heroes, their memories die. Ignited with power, away they do fly. Fighting off soldiers from the day and the night. Marching toward armies they know they must die. Momentary distraction from a tentacled eye. A warden of gusts makes her enemies fly. Ember makes flames and the sparks electrify. The depth whirlpools while stones petrify. We are the wardens protecting the sky. To our friends and our families we must say goodbye. Protecting the realms of Ain until we die. We are the wardens protecting the sky. Bringing good to the world, we promise to try. That's about it.
A true bard.
It was crazy.
That was amazing.
That was amazing.
Did you write that while we were playing?
Yeah.
She had no idea any of that was going to happen. So the fact that you
Unbelievable.
did that is insane.
This is why people can't believe it's not scripted.
I can't believe
Did
that.
our entire writer's room come up?
Like, what?
Thanks,
Unbelievable.
You can tell by the few things that don't quite work.
It all worked. It all worked.
No, it all worked.
I bought it.
I believe that something very important has happened. Whether it was the amulet itself and your possession of it, whether it was the compassion you showed for the warden, whatever the reason, you 5 have made a connection with the warden. You seem to have unlocked something in it. There are more wardens. And as much as I wanted to allow you to go on your way, I think it is up to you 5 to find them, to free them, and to unlock more memories so we may find out what happened.
Okay.
James tears into his pack and takes out parchment and paper and like trying to write down everything he remembers. Because I think he's afraid he'll forget it. And so it's literally just like everything. Like it probably comes out insane, but it's just every detail that he, every name, every relationship, all of it.
I'm sorry, I might have missed it, but is this warden, Storm Warden, is he gone? Is he okay?
Is he alive?
He seems to be alive. He is unconscious, but I have been attempting to care for him with the help of Diftha, who has generously agreed to be my new assistant. She is starting a new life. Yes, I'm quite happy here, and I think we can do some good. We're attempting to create a situation where this warden will rise. I have used some magic of my people to create a dome over this area.
And you look up and you see there are clouds, low-hanging clouds, almost like fog, that has descended upon, in a sort of a dome around you.
We are quite hidden from outside eyes like this, much like the lodestars were of old. And it does not please me to walk on solid ground, but I think a new life has thrust itself upon me, and I trust Torvald quite implicitly. She has been very helpful to me. And we are caring for the creatures that you left behind. You're more than welcome to commune with them yourselves. And I hope to be able to nurse this warden back to life, I fear we are going to need it. We are going to need our protectors. But I must tell you, in the interim, in the week that you have been in stasis, I have been meditating and in communion with other members of the natural order. Much as we feared, it seems the Wardens are being systematically captured and taken off the field. We have a lead on another Warden. A member of the natural order is securing transit there, and I can send you to her, but I understand that may be rather sudden. James, I also have been inquiring about the associate you asked me about.
Yes.
He is a member of the Order. He's been going by the name The Scholar. He's in Turles.
It's appropriate, yes.
And he has been working effectively as the Natural Order's secretary, doing work, investigation, study of any materials we may be able to find. I have been in the field, other members of the Order have been in the field, but he has been able to study and learn what we may. You may want to go to Turles and speak with the Scholar and find out what he is able to tell you, if you were able to explain what you saw and what you experienced. So it seems to me there's a choice ahead of you.
Is that necessary? I mean, you have the earring. Maybe there's a way to maybe we can do both, is what I'm saying. Maybe we can head to this other member of the Natural Order and then try to communicate telepathically with Fesh, with the Scholar.
Well, this Fesh does not have the earring. These are mine, but it's an idea. I'm going to be quite occupied in attempting to help the Warden here, the Storm Warden. I don't know what has happened to it. It doesn't seem to be responding to any of my magic or my
I think
potions.
James has stopped listening and he's running towards the head of the Storm Warden.
Okay.
One thing, there was in our communal vision, there was one creature, with the head of what looked like a squid or an octopus. His name was Lord Araban, I believe, and he held the amulet in the vision, or memory, and it was snatched away by a dragon, but he seemed to know more and be heavily involved in all of this. Do you know of this creature, this person?
It sounds like the Keeper of Secrets.
Yes, that's what he said his name was.
What you have found, what you carry with you, Lily, is the Secret Keeper's amulet. It is his, and it has demonstrated great power, great chaos magic, as you have all witnessed repeatedly. I do not know its ties to him. I do not know if he still lives.
Well, the sun dragon flew away
Sun
with
dragon.
it.
Yes, there was a sun dragon and a moon dragon, and they both led huge armies against the city.
Do you know anything about the sun dragon?
Is this
But
its
you
eye?
told me that you found that amulet in a dragon's lair, did you not?
Yes.
Well, it seems to me that maybe you have taken that from the Sun Dragon without knowing what you got yourselves into. I can assure you, the entire force of the Natural Order is at your backs. But I thought you were, forgive me, small players in this drama. But it seems you are at its very center. You are, quite frankly, the 5 most important people in all of Ayn. If you can connect with the Wardens, if you can save them, if you can unlock their memories and find out what happened, where the weapon is that ended the war, I fear Whatever or whoever is taking the Wardens off the field of battle, whoever is able to capture them, is a formidable foe indeed. And you five may be our greatest hope in understanding what is happening, freeing the Wardens, and assembling a force that is able to repeat the kind of protection that you all witnessed.
Where do we go?
I believe that choice is yours. I may send you to another member of the Order who is attempting to get to where we believe another Warden has been captured.
Do we know which one?
No. She may be able to tell you.
One of two.
Or you can attempt to find out more, learn what you can, go to Turles, a large city indeed, and speak to the scholar who may be able to shed some light on this. You may be able to tell him more and find out what next steps you want to take. The choice is yours, and I will help in any way I can. And I will help too. You five have shown incredible bravery. I know you are not as experienced as perhaps you wish you were, but you have inspired me to start a new life. And I trust all of you to do what's right for all of Ain.
Sounds like the adventure of a lifetime.
I am still very confused.
Let's do it.
I think it's going to take quite some time for all of it to sink in.
I have a question for Torvald. Did I win fight?
Yes, Ogo.
Yes, I'll go win fight!
Where's James?
I think he's trying to commune with the Warden, with his mind.
I would be careful, because last time I did that, we ended up in a different plane of existence.
I think we'll all realize if that happens again.
Yeah.
Torvald, have you ever heard name Peter Kiln?
No. Who's Peter Kiln?
Ugo's child?
Well, congratulations, Ugo.
Never been daddy before. Lots of weight on shoulder.
Ugo's Warden's child.
That's Ugo.
May we have a moment,
Of course.
to speak amongst ourselves to figure out which path we'll choose?
Torvald leaves you to yourselves.
James!
James, where are you?
I think I've gotten as close to the head of the Warden as I can.
Okay.
Crawled up its nose.
No, I basically, like, if it's still laying on its back, I'll literally, like, run up to its ear.
Okay. It is in the same position. The tie downs have been removed.
Okay.
But it is still sort of laying there,
Breathing.
breathing.
Okay. And it's weird, because I recognize, you know,
You were it.
this body that I was in moments ago. So, okay. I try to reach out and touch it, maybe its shoulder, maybe the side of its face,
Okay.
and I say, "Are you in there, Orad Ironmark? Can you tell us something?"
And you see a flicker of an eyelid as it turns its head slightly. And
I'll go get James.
Yeah,
Well, we can all go talk to him. I think it'd be best if we spoke in private anyways, so that Torvald doesn't hear what we decide, and then
And-
we'll tell him.
If he's by the Warden's head, if the Warden is understanding but not able to speak, then he knows where we're at.
We can ask him to blink once or twice.
Yeah.
Can I cast Detect Thoughts on the Warden? Is that
Yes.
even gonna work?
you can try.
Yeah, it says of certain creatures. So I initially learned the surface thoughts, what is most on its mind at that moment. Probably not much.
Yeah. It feels empty, and you sense sort of a disorientation and fogginess.
And then I'll try to almost say, like, pardon me, and probe.
Right.
Make an action to, so if it'll allow me, or it can make a wisdom saving throw if it wants to resist.
Now let's see what happens with this. That's an 18.
Yeah, it beats it.
So you concentrate. There's a fog and a sort of a density and a thickness and a disorientation that you're not quite able to penetrate. You sense there's activity there, but clearly the warden is unconscious.
James, we need to talk as a group.
We have a big decision to make, and you're the one that seems to know the most about the scholar, that is. Do you want to share?
His name is Hermil Fesh. I came to Nightstone Abbey when I was a child. My parents died from an illness. And if I had a surrogate father, he was it. He's a fine man. He's not the warmest, but if he's on your side doing research for you, he'll do a great job, I'm sure.
I'll go very sorry. What means surrogate?
He's not my real father. My real
I'll
father
go have
died.
surrogate too. Yes. I'll go as surrogate.
Might want to add that to your Orcs
Yes,
name.
that's why I asked.
There you are,
Yeah,
yes.
I'll go is a
Two
surrogate.
R's.
You realized he is a surrogate.
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
good, yes.
So, what are your thoughts? Do we go and talk to him, or do we go to the Natural Order and ask them for assistance?
I mean, I think we know more. Obviously, I mean, how we know so much now that we didn't a week ago. It seemed like hours ago, but a week ago. So I think that going to try to find the next warden makes sense. Using this information that we have.
Well, if he was your father and he trained you, I'm sure you're very smart.
Thank you.
What were we hoping to gain from talking to Hermil?
I don't know. Maybe they're hoping that our information can coalesce with the previous information into something new, but I mean, I think, I'm not sure we have the time to waste. I'm not sure.
Is it that far away?
I don't know where we are.
Chiswick Highlands, I tell you that.
Okay. Yes. That's, it's not far from Kippleton. It's maybe a couple days' ride from Kippleton. It's the biggest city.
I'll go have an opinion.
In Latland, yes.
Go ahead.
Whatever we do, we need to go to city. I need hand access.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
And I could use more arrows.
Well, perhaps we should invite Torvald back into the conversation to ask where the Natural Order lady is.
Yeah, good idea.
Is it on the way? Like a 1-2 kind of situation?
And there may be
Two
ways.
stops.
There may be ways to communicate with Fesh remotely.
Yeah, like you talk in his head.
Yes, I mean, yeah, it's something a bit more long distance, but yeah, there may be ways. So, I don't know. My instincts tell me that going back to Turles may not be the most expedient route to get done what we need.
Torvald,
Yes.
who's right there?
Hanging out.
Did
Talk
you,
about the creepy.
did you hear all of that?
No.
Okay. Torvald, where is? Does she have a name?
Unfortunately for her and my safety, we have decided to be anonymous to each other. I am able to commune with her, and I can open a portal and send you where you need to go.
Oh.
She will be there, and she will be able to fill you in on what she has found. But we have decided, the Order has decided to compartmentalize the information that we have with each other to stay safe and to not allow the enemy to take one of us. We don't even know what the enemy is. So we are trying to stay anonymous, stay compartmentalized, and stay safe.
In the notes from the Lodestar, Ertenfert's notes, he mentioned a mage. He mentioned others who seemed to have rejected him in the past, as if his ideas hadn't been accepted wherever he was. Yeah.
Good information to know.
They all underestimate me, even the mage.
Interesting.
I mean, the Natural Order is an association of mages, is it not?
Indeed.
If you portal us to her, we get the information, can she portal us to town to then speak to the scholar?
Well,
or to back here, and then we can go from here?
She is finding a location of another captured warden. We suspect a second warden has been captured. I think perhaps all of them have been. I don't know, but we have leads, and I believe she has found a location of another warden. The idea being that you could free that warden in the same way you have shown that you did with the Storm Warden. Commune with it. Perhaps it will unlock memories, new memories for you to learn more and perhaps find the information we need to win this conflict, to stay safe.
Just another idea. I just did your pop off.
We ask the amulet.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because he might know, right?
Yes.
It's Ereban, Bon.
Yes, that's exactly what I
But
was
we don't know
thinking.
that connects to them. I mean,
It was,
fine.
Lord, it was Lord Ereban's amulet, was it not?
He raised high.
Okay.
You know, yeah.
We could at least ask it if it has any more information about the Wardens.
We ask things of it all time, help all the time. Figured
Right.
a nice idea.
Right,
What it thinks, if it's leaning one way or the other.
right.
Yeah.
Quick question before we do that. You said you could portal us to the member of the Natural Order, but you don't know where she's located?
No, for her and my safety.
Okay.
We can maintain a link. As you saw, my assistant, may he rest in peace, Suth, was able to portal to me, and I to another member that we have meditated with. Same thing for the scholar. I could easily teleport you to him. It is your choice.
But so she could be in the middle of a forest, she could be in a swamp, she could be in a city.
Yes.
Anywhere.
Okay. That's all I wanted to know.
Okay.
Why don't you ask it?
Yeah, Lily.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Dear gods, us humble adventurers are curious which way we should go. If you're gods, you probably can hear our conversations.
All of them, do you
You see the amulet vibrate slightly and the eye blinks, and you hear scholar.
Okay, this eye talked at me, and it said scholar.
Oh,
Scholar. Thank you, Love Lily.
I'll go love this idea. Scholar in city.
All
what do
right.
you think, James?
I'm quite at home at the city.
Yeah.
I don't know where this other Natural Order person is, and if they're out in the middle of the boondocks, that's not quite as helpful, is it?
Well,
never
how
been
far
to
is
Big
the city
City.
from here?
Turles? Quite far. That's why I would suggest I portal you.
You're on good terms with your
Would
dad,
we be able
right?
to portal back when we're done?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
I'd
Well,
love
then-
to meet James's father.
He's not. He's not.
You learn so much about a person
Surrogate.
meeting their parents.
Surrogate.
Surrogate father,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Can I? Were you trying to deceive me with that? Yes.
No, he's not my father.
Okay. I was gonna roll an insight check against you, but I don't know if I need to.
And if you want. About
Okay.
what specifically?
Well, I said, are you on good terms with your father? And you were
Oh. No,
yeah.
it's I. As I said.
You can roll inside if you
Algo
want.
looks into his bag and realizes, hey, Torvald,
Oh.
I want hand axes, but I don't have any money.
Oh.
You have any money?
Well, I'm glad you reminded me. the natural order has cobbled together a reward. It's not as much as you deserve for what you have accomplished, but I promised you one, and we have it here.
Oh,
Yoink.
200 gold.
Oh, nice.
I wish it could be more.
Thank you.
200.
So how much is that in the party gold then?
Let me check.
Even.
So, to Turles then.
Fine.
To Turles. I think we all agree.
Turles.
I rolled a 2.
It's not deception.
And
he's-
Torvald stands up and starts to swirl his hands, and it seems to take a lot out of him, but the fabric of reality seems to sort of shimmer, and then pop, and a gate opens.
Be careful, everyone. I've seen what these can do to people.
What do I see on the other side of the gate?
I'm
You see
not
anything. You
excited.
see darkness. And as you approach the gate, Hamlet looks at it and does not want to go through. Does not want to go through with you.
But it's okay.
I don't think it wants to go through the portal, dear. He'll be waiting for you when you get back.
I kiss it on its head.
Oh.
I'll be back for you, Hamlet. Take care of yourself. Drink water.
If you find Sky Dice, thank him for me.
I will do. I go. Safe journeys to all of you. Yes,
Okay.
I will be here. Hopefully, the next time you see us, the Storm Warden will be awake and ready to protect us. Safe journey.
And as you step, the 5 of you step through the portal, the first thing you notice is the smell.
I knew that was coming.
See you next week. That's where we end tonight.
Jeff.
On the other side of the portal, Turles, the capital city of Colsey.
Yeah.
And a new adventure for our team who has become very important in this world indeed. It has been so much fun doing an anime fight tonight. Thank you guys all for indulging me that.
Thank you for giving it to us.
Fun to be big and powerful.
Yeah.
We will be back next Wednesday at 6 p.m. Pacific time. I hope you join us then because we got Bright Lights, Big City to see.
Oh, boy.
So tune in. Thanks for watching.
Yay.
There you go, Jeff.
Well, well, well. We've had some new characters introduced, have we not? Maybe one really important one? Yes? Yes! I don't know why I did what I did, but you'll find out. Anywho, to all of you who played along and interacted with us throughout the evening, our humble thanks. And thank you to everyone that shared our adventure. Oh, congratulations to Woof Woof 2233. What a name. You will be the recipient of the glorious Jerry Trainer Boomerang. No need to do anything. You'll be contacted by one of my minions. And my respect and thanks to John Allenson, whose viewer-submitted Force of Good was used on tonight's show. Please join us next week and every Wednesday at 6 p.m. Pacific right here on caffeine.tv as the Dungeon Run continues. And make sure to follow the Dungeon Run to get live notifications. Until next week, may the dice roll in your favor.